Would you say Brady won the divorce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Are you a bigger Brady fan or Pats fan?
Equal. Pats. But it's not. It's 1-2. That's an impossible question. It's like naming your favorite children.
My daughter. Easily.
I think
Easily. On today's Pardon My Take, we have week 4 in the NFL. Starting to figure some things out. Who's good? Who's bad? Max and PFT had a hell of a game.
It was a great game.
Hank is going to join me in the quarterback wilderness, even though Justin Fields actually played well today. We have a lot to talk about, and we're going to get to all the games. Who's back of the week? Maybe a little Ryder Cup, which was great. And it is all brought to you by our friends at Proper Number 12. Rich and smooth, Proper Number 12 Irish whiskey. New smooth to the core, Proper Number 12 Irish apple. New crisp and fresh, Proper Number 12 Irish apple. I was drinking it this weekend in Lincoln, Nebraska. I love Proper Number 12. It goes down so smooth. Tastes delicious.
Hey, Big Cat. I bet Hank wishes he had a proper number 12 still.
Yes. Proper Number 12. Hank needs a Proper Number 12. You can find Proper Number 12. You can order it on Drizzly. It was founded by Conor McGregor. For every bottle sold, a donation is made to support our brave first responders. Shoot your shot of Proper Number 12 Irish whiskey. Pour the roar. Proper Number 12. It goes down so smooth. Perfect for tailgating. Perfect for football season. Try the new Proper Number 12 Irish apple. I am telling you, it is delicious. I've tried it every single weekend for the college football show. So order your bottle of Proper Number 12 Irish whiskey from Drizzly and pour the roar. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Pardon My Take. Today is Monday, October 2nd, week 4. Whap, whap. The Raiders. Wake up, Maggie. I got something to tell you. Say to you?
I got something to say
to you. Late September.
Hey, Teach, they should wake up that guy from Green Day.
Yes. We start in Western New York where the Bills wasted the Dolphins. Speaking of wasted Bills, my former friend Nikki Smokes makes $100,000 a year.
Huh?
Gabe Jefferson Davis didn't keep it civil and said, "Suck my Dixie," as he drew first blood for an Ely lead. Braxton Wall Berrios tried to respond, but things went south, granting Buffalo a huge win. Tune in for Civil War Tua later this year in Miami. Bills 41, Dolphins 20. Hey, Teej.
Yeah, boom.
No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And it's officially spooky season as Sam Halloween hooked up with Deshaun Dippin' Dotson and Brian Robinson Jr. Mints. Jalen Hurts was straight off his huge payday where he got lots and lots of $100,000. Trace Milky Way look more ready for Shanksgiving.
Hey, boom, I tuned into the Barstool gambling cave for overtime and I thought I was watching Oppenheimer because all I saw was a fat man and a little boy.
Assault, Teej. Assault. In overtime, Drake Elliott had the Jumbotron shit popping as he said, "Imagine if I never hit the Potskis," nailing a 54-yarder for the win. Eagles 34, the Commanders 31.
Across the pond, everyone woke up with a raging morning woody as King Arthur Smith went to battle with the Saxonville Jaguars. I saw a speedy wide receiver walking around the end zone. Woo! Drake Werewolves of London had a huge score in Zevon, and British Falcons fans are saying, "Send solicitors, muskets, and pounds. The shit has hit the fan." In the words of my good friend Paul McCartney, Desmond's throwing picks at a record pace. Kyle's running routes without the ball. Desmond says to Kyle, "I'm going to miss this pass." And Kyle says, "Coach, what was that call?" Obla-dee, obla-da, Falcons lose. Lose. Obla-dee, obla-da, Falcons lose. Lost, Falcons lose. Jaguars 23, Falcons 7.
We head back to stateside where the Panthers' first overall pick Doesn't look a thing like Jesus, but he was drafted like a ghetto man, like you imagined when you saw Bryce Young. I got skull, but I'm not a soldier. I got skull, but I'm not a soldier. As the Panthers, led by Frank Mr. Reichside, fall to 0-4, killing their season once and for all. Vikings 21, the Panthers 13.
In Chicago, where the Comets didn't look feeble as he hauled in one touchdown and another. But the tank will continue in Chicago. The Bears were up early, but Russell Wilson looked into the future and said, I'm daddy now. And speaking of good parents, Jaleel McClory-Laughlin paid for admission to the end zone, making it one win in a rowing as he looked at the Bears defense and said, USC, you suck cock. Speaking of not getting into the Trojans, the Bears gave Fields no protection, as the Bears may be looking for a different Trojan in next year's draft. Huh?
Hope this one's a magnum.
Broncos 31, Bears 28.
Down to Texas, where I think it's time to pronounce Dallas the best team in the NFC, as they beat the Patriots and Ezekiel Elliott-Page, who wasn't used to all those balls, as he got stuffed by a Cowboys D that said, "You know who we are." Ironically, Mac Jones should have been aborted some of those throws. QBs used to be able to throw v. Wade Phillips, but this is a Dan Quinn defense now. Cowboys cornerback Deron Bland seems to really be enjoying pro life. Cowboys 38, the Patriots 3.
Thanks to our correspondent Nick for that one. Back up north to Indianapolis, where Puka Doncic made the Colts defense look very slovenly. Jared Fogeltree had 426 footlongs of receiving yards, but was thankfully locked up late in the fourth. Kyrian Russillo-Williams is Mr. Los Angeles, as every key worked, letting himself into the end zone twice on Sunday, and the Rams take one in overtime. Rams 29, Colts 23.
Out west to San Francisco, where the Arizona Cardinals looked like the Phoenix Suns in the 2020 bubble, getting 4 TDs shoved down their throat as McCaffrey scored again and again and again and again. Josh Calvin and Dobbs was a paper tiger after last week, as the Cardinals got sent back to the funny papers. Brock Purdy deeds and his contract's cheap. Purdy deeds and his contract's cheap is a breath of fresh air, turning the AC on, much to the chagrin of the Cardinals DC and the Niners whoop the Cardinals 35-16.
Standing on a corner, Jameis Winston down in NOLA, such a fine sight to see. There's no revenge game, Lord, it's Carr and I'm so bored. At least we got a Jameis INT. Come on, run. Is that guy staring at you? You better do something about it. Don't be scared, yeah.
We should have practiced that one. The Bucs go marching 26-9.
Come on, Kamara. Is that guy staring at you? You better do something about it. Don't be scared.
Yeah, come on, Kamara. Look at him. Look how he's looking at you. Do something about it.
Be a man, Kamara.
Be a man. Be a man.
You're in an elevator. That's what running backs do, Kamara.
All right, fastest 2 minutes were brought to you by our friends at Chevy. There's a new family with unstoppable grit, and they are the official partners of the Pardon My Take family, and that is the Chevy Silverado ZR2 family. The first ever Silverado heavy-duty ZR2 joins the franchise to make Chevy ZR2 the only truck brand with a full lineup of trucks ready for wherever your off-road adventures take you, with exclusive Multimatic DSSV dampers, rugged mud terrain tires, and up to 14 available camera views. The Chevy Silverado ZR2 and Silverado HD ZR2, a family with commanding and unstoppable grit. Thank you to Chevy. If you love the fastest 2 minutes, thank you to Chevy. Head to Chevy.com. Check out the Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks. Pardon my take. Go get a Chevy right now. Become a Chevy person. You know you want to. They make the best trucks in the world. So head to Chevy.com. Check out Chevy Silverado and the family of Chevy ZR2s, the official trucks of Pardon My Take. Okay, week 4 in the books. We are, for everyone who's following along at home, we're going to go through every game. But right now we are taping during the Chiefs-Jets Sunday night game. 5 minutes left in the third quarter, and if Taylor Swift, this is her second football game she's ever been to.
Mm-hmm.
She probably thinks that Zach Wilson is the greatest quarterback of all time because he is outplaying Patrick Mahomes.
Well, it's two things. One, she probably thinks that Zach Wilson is a god. Two, she probably thinks that Patrick Mahomes stinks.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like if you had someone just sit down watch this game and said, no prior knowledge, who's the best quarterback in the world? Zach Wilson looks like that guy right now.
Yeah, I need the Swifties to make a big enough stink to get Patrick Mahomes traded off the Chiefs.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yes. Also,
my husband cannot throw and catch the ball at the same time.
Yeah. Also, Jake, I think you might have to look this up because our guy Stathold just texted me this. The Chiefs are going for they might have already gotten, the Jets have already gotten the cycle of scoring. They scored a touchdown,
field goal, safety,
and touchdown with a 2-point conversion.
Octopus.
The octopus, yeah. Yeah, they've done it all.
Yeah, love
They've
that.
scored every single way this game.
That's what they should call Taylor Swift's vagina.
Defense special teams.
Yeah, they need to block an extra point for another 2. That would actually be the perfect.
Get a return touchdown, maybe.
Yeah.
Mix it all in there.
Yeah.
I think, Big Cat, we need to have the conversation. Is Taylor Swift a distraction?
She's sucking all the energy out of Patrick Mahomes.
I love the word distraction because you can just throw it out there for anything. But I do think that if there was going to be a distraction, it'd probably be like the most famous person in the world dating your tight end.
Well, we're obviously joking a little bit, but at the same time, if you're a Chiefs fan, and we'll update this game after it goes final, so maybe it's fine. Maybe the Chiefs end up winning by 14, whatever. But you got to have a little small part of your brain being like, hey, can we just play football and not do every single game be like the biggest thing ever because Taylor Swift's at the game?
Yeah.
I would
try
to break them up.
I would be shown out because Blake Lively's there. I think she should be in Blake of the Year next year.
Yeah, if I were a Chiefs fan, guy or girl, I'd just come out and be like, yeah, me and Travis Kelce fucked last night.
There's definitely the element of if you lose, everything smells bad, and if you win, everything smells great.
Yeah.
And so if you lose, sneaking out on your team under curfew, as Will Compton said, to go bang Taylor Swift at her apartment in Manhattan the night before a big game. His hips look a little tired. His hands and fingers look a little tired, Big Cat.
Yeah, he was working overtime. This also has to just be so confusing for Taylor Swift because she's like, wait, that team they played last week, they play in the same league?
Yeah.
They're like, it makes no sense. I thought every game was supposed to be 41-10.
Yeah, and Rodgers tonight is in a no-win situation either because they keep showing him he's in Woody's box tonight.
Yeah,
and
with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, with Jimmy Butler, and they keep panning up to him. And they pan up to him. They like to do it after a bad Zach Wilson play. But recently, he's been pretty happy with everything.
Yeah.
But at first, you could tell he knew that the cameras were liable to be on him at any given time, so he was just going stone-faced. He might actually be stoned, but he was purposely not reacting to stuff because he knows, like, that would be a very funny meme, though, if it was like Zach Wilson interception, pan to Aaron Rodgers. He's like, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But he knows that the cameras are on him, so he says that he's going to be back this season still.
Yeah. I don't understand that. But if he is, like I said, I've said it, if Aaron Rodgers plays football in this season, I will buy whatever drugs and every weird thing that he does immediately.
We're going to do horoscopes on this show before every pod.
We're going to be listening to Dolphins fuck. Just going to be a low ambient noise underneath the entire podcast will be Dolphins fucking.
Yeah.
So we'll restore every AWL while they listen to us have incorrect takes.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you can't argue with success.
No. Or science.
Yeah.
His science.
His science might be right.
His science might be. That's what I'm saying. I will essentially just my entire life, I'll be like, you know what? I was wrong. His science.
I'll get Eliza, the Suns girl, to come to the studio and suck the vaccine out of all of us.
Yes. Oh, man, the Jets they're running all over them. Okay. Let's do some games, and we will update at the end. Meebs is watching right now intently. We'll get his thoughts as well. Let's start with the London game because it was the first game. We all woke up, watched the London game. Jaguars 23, Falcons 7. The Toy Story game. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys tuned in at all to the Toy Story game. I tuned in with my kids. It was rough at first. I think the first, I don't know, like maybe 5 minutes of the game, they couldn't figure it out, and we were just watching Booger and I don't know who was calling it with him.
Jrue.
That's just his name, Jrue?
Jrue Carter, my friend.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not on first name basis with him. Yeah. Jrue Carter. They were just trying to buy time as they figured out all the technology. Then it worked, and it was kind of cool.
They made Booger look really short, though, for some reason.
Yeah.
How tall is your friend Jrue, Jake?
He's actually pretty tall.
Oh, so he's that much. He's that much taller than Booger, you think? Because they made Booger look itty bitty. He was a tiny little booger.
But it was actually good. I mean, I did have a moment where my kids where they were rooting. I bet on the Jaguars. They were rooting for the Falcons, and I was like, stop. I'm going to turn this off right now. Like, we're never watching this again. So we corrected that, but I think the NFL's done it again. They found we got Taylor Swift audience, and now we have like 4-year-olds on a Sunday morning watching NFL football.
As an NFL fan, not a casual, as somebody that was here before all these new pop culture crossovers, do you feel like the NFL's selling out? Is the NFL selling out right now?
For the Taylor Swift, yes. For the kids, I'm cool with, because it's just like a way for me to be like, oh yeah, we're going to do this as a family. We're going to watch football.
And we're indoctrinating the youth too, which is always good. And Slinky the dog as the chains on the sideline, that was awesome.
And the claw
with
placing the ball.
I love that. I also love Booger making an ayahuasca reference. Probably the first time that's been done on Disney.
Yes.
But that was cool to see. A lot of people, we talked about earlier this week, more and more people are going to be talking about Big Cat. Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
He's just kind of hanging out there. Ritter, the back-to-back interceptions was very, very bad.
No,
you
Desmond
can't
Ritter
win a game to
sucks.
do that.
Desmond Ritter sucks. It's the truth. Like, the Falcons are built a certain way that you can't have a quarterback throw interceptions, and it is painful to watch their offense sometimes, because Bijan Robinson was phenomenal again, but Kyle Pitts is essentially, do you think Kyle Pitts wears like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit so he can at least at the end of the game be like, all right, well, I got this many steps?
I think he's
just doing cardio out there.
He might be the best decoy of all time.
He's just running routes to air. Like, does he even take a shower after the game?
Probably not. He comes home from practice from a game, and his family's like, yo, did you even play today? Your jersey is pristine white right now.
It sucks for him, because he'll break someone's ankles, and then the ball will never be thrown his way. And it's just like, okay, well, at least I proved that I'm good, I think.
We got to watch the All-22 and see how many times a game he's actually double covered, because that's what like the diehard Kyle Pitts supporters will say. Like, he's being covered the entire time. He's a decoy, and then he opens other things up. If he's opening other stuff up for the offense, they're not hitting it. It's not working. So they should do the fuck it, Kyle's down there somewhere offense.
Right. And it's just it's maddening to watch the Falcons offense when it's feeling like that. As for the Jaguars, I expected them to have this type of game, because it was kind of embarrassing last week. Start 1-2. They're now home in London. They feel at home. They get to stay there for an entire week after
the Greenbrier?
Yeah, at the Greenbrier. They're going to the Greenbrier in the middle. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence looked good. And Trevor Lawrence, dude, run more. He was killing him with his legs.
Yeah.
And you forget that he's pretty fucking athletic and fast.
Yeah, I think what this game proved was that I think the Jaguars will be just fine. I think they're going to be very good when it counts, and they'll be fighting for a playoff spot. I don't know if Pete Prisco is correct in saying that they're going to make it to the Super Bowl, but they're a good team.
Yeah, and Calvin Ridley, TD revenge prop, he probably cashed it, actually.
Yeah, congrats,
because there
Calvin
are
Ridley.
like a million places to bet. It's like a bodega in New York is a betting window in London, I think.
Yeah, can you bet on sports if you're in the NFL, if you're overseas?
I think he probably could just walk down the street and do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Jaguars feel like they're back-ish. Who do they play next week?
So wait,
Bills.
Oh yeah, that's right, in London.
are we sure? Does Desmond Ritter truly suck, or is he just good enough to keep the Falcons from drafting in like the top 5 and having them draft his replacement?
No,
every
he
year?
sucks.
He sucks.
He sucks. Yeah. No, I think you need to go to Taylor Heineke. I think Taylor Heineke. I don't know if Taylor Heineke wins this game, because, like I said, the Falcons or the Jaguars looked pretty good, especially offensively. Like, Trevor Lawrence was making good plays, good decisions, but he would have at least kept it closer.
The back-to-back interceptions kills you,
Yeah.
especially when one of those is a pick six. I think so. Taylor Heineke actually might be that quarterback that I'm describing right now, a guy that's always going to be good enough to never put you in a position to draft his replacement.
Yes.
So will he have you like get deep in the playoffs? Probably not. But you're never going to get embarrassed. Your offense is going to be fun.
I just think that the Falcons, and again, they're 2-2, so it's not. I mean, they were underdogs in this game. Their season still, the NFC South, they can still be live in, because they've only played one NFC South game. They won it against the Panthers. But if you are thinking, hey, this is like an 8-9 team, 9-8 team, maybe winning the NFC South, I think you have to make a decision, because Desmond Ritter has a ceiling, and somehow his floor has gotten worse.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a double whammy.
Yeah, because he used to not throw interceptions.
Yeah.
Now he's throwing picks all the time.
Yeah. Okay. Next up.
Do you think there are any British Falcons fans?
Yeah, there's got to be a couple.
Like that root for like English football.
There's
Support
got to be a couple.
The English national team and also are Falcons fans. That's got to be the saddest existence ever.
Just think about it, because there's definitely the NFL started this whole let's go to London all the time. What, like 15, 20 years ago? Feels like the Falcons or the Jaguars have played 10 games there.
Yeah, the first game.
5-5.
The first overseas game, I believe, was in Mexico.
Yes.
And then they went, that was like 2005, 2006. And then they went to London probably, I'm going to guess like 2007, 2008.
So my point is the Falcons, they went to a Super Bowl. They had Matt Ryan, Michael Vick in there somewhere. Like that tells you that at least some people picked up the Falcons. But I would love to just do a long form. Maybe for Grit Week, we can just go find the best English Jaguars fans.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was different teams you could have chosen.
Does anybody in England, I wonder, have a Blake Bortles tattoo?
Oh, definitely.
That'd be sick.
Hopefully one of our listeners.
2007 was the first London game.
Yeah. So there's been some good Falcons teams in there.
Yeah.
Like that definitely would bring on some new fans, especially the Matt Ryan MVP year.
I would respect a British fan that became a Falcons fan, for sure.
Yeah.
Like you had opportunities to choose the Packers, could have chosen the Patriots, you could have front run, you could have done the Steelers thing. But no, if you choose the Falcons, like you are putting your balls on the line for that one. You've paid dearly.
Yeah, hopefully you picked up the Georgia Bulldogs as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, next up. Bills 48, Dolphins 20. An absolute ass-kicking. Couple things. So we talked about this on Friday. I felt this coming. I did a nuclear missile whale play on this because I just thought the Bills were getting disrespected, especially at home. And remember after week 1 when everyone wanted us to say that Josh Allen sucks?
Yep.
Since that moment, I'm just going to give you some stats. The last 3 games, Josh Allen has thrown 8 touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns, 76 completion percentage.
That's pretty high.
800 yards and 1 interception. So Josh Allen's still really fucking good, and he was by far and away the best player on the field today. And he was electric. He was 21 for 25 for 320 yards, hitting Stephon Diggs left and right. And the Bills proved that I'm still high on the Dolphins. They're a very good team, but they have issues up front. And the Bills' pass rush was elite today, and they still don't have Von Miller back. Obviously, they lost Tre'Davious White, which fucking sucks. But like Ed Oliver and Greg Rousseau, like the Bills' defense. It was basically the start of the game, 14-14. They were just trading scores. Bills defense made a couple stops, and that's enough for the Bills offense.
Yeah, the defense to me was the story today. Josh was obviously awesome. He was really, really good. And for all the people that wanted to talk window, there was a lot of window talk going on after week 1. Is this the end of the Bills championship window? How much more window do we get? I think the window's wide open. They've got like years of the window. They're going to be fine. Josh will be fine. He stinks against the Jets. It was a shitty game. He played awful that game. But then, like, there's all this talk about, like, trying to pull Josh back to make him, like, play a little bit smarter, not take those chances. No, you just let Josh go out there and you take the good with the bad and let him play like his hair's on fire. You let him do all the crazy shit because that's what makes him good. And you're right, the Bills' defense was incredible. I think Von Miller's getting back this week.
I think he's starting practice this week.
Yeah, so he's starting practice this week. I think he could maybe be back this weekend. The Bills are going to get better. Unfortunately, Tre'Davious White, that does suck, and their secondary leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of the corner position. But the Dolphins went 1 for 9 on scoring drives after those first 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So they were shut out. They were stopped completely.
And the Bills were doing because they have elite defensive players. They were essentially, good linebackers. They were saying, we're not going to give Tua his first read. We're going to get, they had a good pass rush with 4. And you can see the timing got disrupted for the Dolphins, and they didn't have those big, insane plays. Like, I don't think they had one play that they did. Maybe the run was it A-Chain or Mostert?
A-Chain had a 55-yard
at
run
the end in like garbage time, but it never felt like the Dolphins were doing the thing where the Dolphins are able to rip off 60-yard plays and completely demoralize your defense.
I think the moral here is you can throw out all your offensive stats from whenever you play against the Broncos.
Yeah,
it's just a get right game.
Come on, let's keep some of them.
Well, okay, we'll keep. Tell you what, we'll keep this week's, and then 2 weeks ago we'll keep
Broncos
those too.
Losses. No. Yeah.
No,
okay.
no.
Fine. All right. We'll keep those.
We'll keep
two.
this week, and then we'll keep 2 weeks ago those stats.
Yeah,
because those were different games. But all Broncos defensive stats away from the Mickey Mouse Stadium, where only one team is in the sun, and the other's in the shade. Those are the ones that we'll keep. The rest we'll throw away.
And just as much as I actually think that the Bills losing to the Jets week 1 was actually good for the Bills because it woke them up after, a terrible playoff loss. They come into the season. What's going to be this team? What is this team going to look like? Kind of woke them awake, got them awake. Like, hey, fuck, we gotta figure this out. We're the Bills. We're very, very good. I think this loss is going to be good for the Dolphins because the Dolphins took a step up in class today, and the Bills punched them in the fucking mouth, and there's nothing they could do about it. Like, that was an absolute shit kicking by the Bills, and the Bills kind of reminded them, like, hey, you put 70 on the Broncos. You're 3-0. Your offense is electric. You still got work to do to play, our style of football.
I think the Dolphins were still tired from running against the Broncos last week.
That's
All
probably
that
true.
Offense probably wore them out. And we should also say that the Bills are 3-0 ever since their fan got high on LSD and fell into the stadium covered in shit.
Facts.
So numbers never lie.
I also love that the Bills listen to us because we are the smartest football minds in the world, and they have a intermediate passing game now.
Yep.
Because they're Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox as a 1-2 as tight ends. They were great, and that like part of their game because they still had the big plays. Stephon Diggs, that was very funny when the Dolphins were like, "We'll just not tackle you." But it feels like the Bills have more of a complete offense right now as we're sitting here.
So Diggs had the best touchdown celebration of the day when he grabbed the 2 beers and stone cold them.
Oh, so good.
Smashed them together.
Probably got so wet.
Every time I see that, I just picture dads across America being like, "Put your mouthpiece in, Stephon."
Oh,
it dangles down like to his numbers. That thing hangs down so far.
I think the dads wouldn't say that. I think they would say that's $35 worth of beer.
Yeah.
Like I pay $100 for parking, $300 for tickets. You can't take a family of 4 to a game anymore.
No. Stephon Diggs is going to steal your beer.
Yeah, you just wasted that beer. What are you doing?
Diva wide receiver.
DeMar Hamlin played too. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like,
his clone.
Yeah, his clone played. But no, that was cool that he was back out there.
It was, yeah. Very cool to see. Jake, I got a question for you. As a Dolphins fan, I'm going to give you like a little bit of a spin zone maybe. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. As a Dolphins fan, you are happier that you lose this game to the Bills early in the season at their place, as opposed to if it was later in the season, weather's turning cold, and the Bills just pump the shit out of you.
Yeah, I mean, I would have preferred a more competitive outcome because getting crushed is tough, but you look at the schedule, home against the Giants, home against the Panthers, and then a date with Max in Philly. So the Dolphins should get some momentum back and be 5-1 heading into that.
A date with Max?
Yes.
So when do you play the Bills again?
Week 18.
So yeah.
It might be an irrelevant game for them.
You might also, that's a good time of year to have that game down in Miami.
January 7th.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it's gonna
good.
be like 50 or 60 degrees.
Yeah, you'd rather do that than go on the road to Buffalo in January and play them.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted revenge of the snowballs today, but
didn't happen.
No.
Also, the Bills Stadium just looks like so much fun when it's nice weather.
Yeah.
Just people wearing T-shirts, little sunburnt. People in Western Buffalo get very sunburnt.
Oh, because you got to appreciate the sun when it's
Yeah,
out
they're
there.
just-
You got to get your sun minutes in.
There's just a couple of those like fan shots where a guy, like a big guy with a buffalo wing hat on, and he looks like a lobster. You're like, that guy's he's living his life because he knows it's gonna suck.
Yeah, I actually find myself thinking that way in Chicago. Like every day where it's 80, I'm like, I got to get my sun in. I'm probably not going to see it until March.
Yeah, well, April, but and actually May. But yeah, the Bills are back to what we thought.
Yeah,
they look very, very good. And the Dolphins, Jake, who are the Giants, Panthers?
Giants, Panthers, home.
Would you lose the Giants and Panthers to beat the Eagles? I would maybe take that trade just so the Dolphins have a test.
It's an extra loss.
Yeah, but if the Dolphins beat the Panthers and beat the Giants and they run up the score on
momentum.
Hold on, follow me. But if they run up the score on both those teams and they play the Eagles, and you get the same result as this, the narrative will start. Maybe not on this podcast, definitely on this podcast. The Dolphins are a soft football team and they can't beat the big boys.
Winning at the Chargers is going to end up looking a little better.
Yeah. No, I think the Dolphins are very good.
Yeah.
They have to figure out how to play in a game like this where and they have injuries on the defense and they have injuries on the offensive line, so they will get healthier. Like I think the Dolphins had a slot corner guarding Stephon Diggs today. That didn't go well. Like that will hopefully be Jalen Ramsey in week 17 or week 18. But yeah, right now the Dolphins, like that was a step up in class and they didn't answer it.
Not ready for Buffalo yet.
Okay. Good for the Bills, though. I'm happy for the Bills.
Very happy.
Okay. Next up, Eagles 34, Commanders 31, overtime. I didn't really write any notes down because I just figured Max and PFT can get into it. If you missed the gambling cave, we had a big boy off where we were all just saying that's a big boy drive, that's a big boy play. And then at the end, when the Eagles had an overtime walk-off field goal, Max turned to PFT and said, "Little you small," and then patted him on the top of the head and walked off.
Yeah, we don't have to get into that right now. A lot of things are said in the heat of battle.
Probably the better.
Screamed at him.
Well, Max,
actually, I have the clip.
Okay, no, well,
Let me
okay.
get the clip
I'm familiar
real
with the
quick.
clip.
Congrats, Max.
Fuck off. Come on, Jake.
It's easy for Jake.
Missed it. Nope. Got it. Fuck yeah! That's the win! Little, you, small! Fuck yeah!
Max took my moves. I was calling him little boy all day. I was saying we were playing big boy football. I patted Max on the head.
Touchdown.
Touchdown! Big boy! That's a fucking big boy play!
Go for two.
Go for two!
Go for two.
Go for two!
Go for two.
That's big boy football!
Damn, Max.
Jahan,
Steeler.
go for two! Go for two!
Steeler all over. Steeler.
Go for two! We already won this game, basically. Go for two.
Gotta go for two.
Gotta go for two.
If we lose, if we go for two and lose, I'm fine with that.
Exactly, yeah.
No, Max already lost.
That's big, Max. That was a big boy catch.
You just got big boy.
You got big boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No. Take it.
And then Max patted me on the head after that. That gets lost in
It looked more disrespectful than it
Well,
was.
all right. Well, let's just let people hear.
Missed it. Nope. Got it. Fuck yeah! That's the win! Little, you, small!
All right, yeah, that was said. That was said. A lot of things are said in the heat of battle. I don't necessarily hold it against Max. He's a big boy himself. He's very, very big. A lot of people look very small next to Max. I looked very small compared to what Max looks like in person. So I could see why he would say that to me.
Also, Max, we kind of egged him on because we've been calling him a pussy for not slapping Stephen Shea when he wished injury on Jalen Hurts. Because Max has been talking, Max does his Philly thing where he's like, that would never happen in Philadelphia. And we told him today, you can't really say that anymore yourself personally because you had the chance to be a Philadelphia scumbag fan and you didn't do it.
Turned his back.
Yeah.
You've changed.
You got soft.
I should have punched my coworker in the face while I was at work.
You,
for sure.
I would not. If Dave or Erica had said something after, I'd been like, no, Max had every right to do that.
You were defending your guy.
I should have defended my guy. That's on me. That's on me.
Yeah, but as far as the game goes, Max, this might sound like loser talk. I'm no longer thinking Soupy, by the way. Soupy is not in my brain anymore. It would have been had we won. I actually think that the Washington Commanders came out of this game looking a lot better, and I'm feeling way better about the season because our defense played relatively well against your offensive line. Our defensive line looked okay at times. Yeah, we gave up 31 points? What was the final score?
It was 34-31.
34-31. Right? We gave up 34 points. That sucks. Our defense didn't look that bad, but more importantly, Sam Howell looked awesome today. We got good Sam back. So I'm happy with that. We can work with this. And I was looking at the schedule. I think the Commanders will win 10 games this season. I think they're on track for 10. I would like to have this one going into Philly, rubbing it right in Max's stupid face. It would have been great. Unfortunately, it's not the way it broke down. And at the end of the game, the Eagles made what turned out to be a very big tactical blunder on that final drive in regulation, where A.J. Brown scored, like a 30-yard touchdown, and the Commanders got the ball back with like a minute and a half left on the clock, as opposed to like the Eagles just grinding us down, kicking a field goal. No time's left. We don't get the ball back. We don't get a chance to win. Sam then marches down the field, puts together what I thought was the equivalent of a game-winning drive. I want to go for two at the end.
I agree.
You're on the road.
Riverboat Ron.
Your name's Riverboat Ron, and
Crazy.
you don't go for two there. We had no business winning that game. Everybody wrote us off ahead of time. We get down, we score, great last-second pass to Jahan Dotson, and then just go for two. You got 2 yards. I can live with losing if we go for two on the road at the Eagles.
And their defense was gassed.
Yeah.
Because Sam Howell had 2 touchdown drives in the fourth quarter. Like Sam Howell, that was a great bounce back game for him. Because he had a terrible game against the Bills, and you're hoping that doesn't turn into 2 bad games. He looked like composed. confident, all those things against a very good defensive line from the Eagles. And yeah, brought them down, scored that last touchdown. I agree with you, PFT. You got to go for 2 there.
Go for 2. Be a winner. Try to win it on the road.
It's also
house money.
It's also like such an easy way. I know this might be old cliche. I don't know what the analytics are, but you can easily tell the fan base, and I would buy this up in a second, we're over a touchdown underdogs on the road.
Yeah.
Go win the game right now.
Yeah, we had a chance to win the game right then. Now, I'm not going to complain about the officiating.
Okay.
However, the tush-push play in overtime, your left guard, Bradbury,
I mean, they were playing
got about a half second jump on the snap. Half second, Max. I've got the screenshots. The NFL's rigged.
Might have been more.
Yeah, but it was probably a full second. He was past the defensive line almost by the time the ball was snapped. I would never blame officiating for a loss. There's a lot more that goes into it, but that we would have won the game if it wasn't.
What
for that
about
call.
the tush push earlier in the game where the nose tackle was touching the football and they called an offsides on the offense?
I'm glad you brought that up, Max, because your boy Jason Kelsey, he's got a little habit of moving the ball around. He scoots it.
You're allowed to do that as the center.
But he moves it.
But
he moves it. But Jason Kelsey,
your hand still can't be on the line of
This
scrimmage.
is why I didn't take any notes.
Jason Kelsey moved the ball on top of Deron Payne's hand.
Like as the center, you're allowed to adjust the football.
You can pick it up and put it on the defensive tackle's hand.
If the defensive tackle's hand is on the line of scrimmage, then yes.
It seemed like bullshit to me.
And the defensive tackle's helmet was past the line of scrimmage way more than the offensive guard was.
It sounds to me like you're making excuses.
You're the one who was making excuses. I'm just fired back to your excuse.
All right. First of all, you were talking about tearing an opponent's ACL last week. Now you're making excuses for your team.
Wrong. Gaslighting.
All right, Max, I will say this. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
If you like football, this was a good
That's
football
what I was going to say. It didn't like.
It was fun.
The
It was
Eagles
very
were
fun.
8.5-point favorites going into that game, won in overtime, and it didn't feel like the Commanders played up to the occasion rather than like the Eagles playing down to like an 8.5-point dog. Like I thought the Commanders looked better than the Eagles looked bad.
Do you question about that? I agree. It was a very fun game, but are you a little worried about the Eagles' defense? Was it 2 fourth quarter drives?
Yeah, the defense. The secondary wasn't great. The secondary hasn't been great all year. There's been holes all over the defense. New defensive coordinator. You gotta just hope that as the year goes on,
Jalen Carter.
I mean, Jalen Carter's a great player. The defensive line didn't put the pressure on that I was hoping that they were going to today. But the positive is Jalen Hurts best game of the year for sure. People were saying regression. He really played awesome in the second half.
He played from behind a little bit too.
Yeah, which is nice. And that's what I was saying. Like the Commanders played well. Like they looked like a good football team. The Eagles beat a good football team.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think you guys are a very good football team. I think we're a good football team.
Yeah, for sure.
An FC Beast friendship.
Beast.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a very fun game and great moments between the two of you. Little you, small. And the Jets just fumbled going on a nice drive.
Big time Zach Wilson play.
Memes is hurting right now.
That sucks. For a while, I thought Billy was right. I thought Zach Wilson ceiling Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes in this game.
I mean,
is the ceiling.
You can build off this if you're Zach Wilson. You looked a lot more confident in this offense than you've ever looked. Okay. So, Max, you feel okay? 4-0?
I will not apologize for being 4-0.
No, I don't think so. I think the Eagles are one of the best teams in the NFC East.
Okay.
That's fair.
They are. They're
Yeah.
one of the best teams in the NFC East.
One of the 3 best.
Commanders, Eagles, Cowboys.
Yep.
Eagles, Cowboys could be biblical this year.
It's going to be great.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Do you play the 49ers?
Yes.
Ooh. That's
We have
suck for you.
You know that we have that gauntlet in the middle of the season.
Oh, yeah, that's when you got to buy on the
Yeah.
Eagles. Yeah, we'll get to the 49ers because updating our, what is it, Skip Bayless or Colin Coward, who does if the Super Bowl was played
That was
today?
Skip.
Yeah.
The Niners are my Super Bowl champ if the Super Bowl was played today.
Oh, not mine. No, I got the Bills.
Oh, you have the Bills?
Yeah, Niners,
Okay.
they had a little scare against the birds, the card birds.
The Niners haven't played anyone.
Played the Rams. They played the Steelers. They played
Giants.
the
Yeah.
Giants.
Cardinals.
Yeah, but they're killing people. They're killing them.
Yeah, it's easy to kill bad teams.
Okay.
Sunday night, Niners Cowboys.
Yeah. All right. Ooh. Whose line is it anyway for that? Cowboys at Niners?
The football game is in San Francisco.
I'm going to say 4.
5.5. It's actually 40 minutes outside San Francisco, so I'm going to say
Santa Clara.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it's Niners 4.5.
3.5.
Oh.
Okay. That's going to be a great game. Great game. Niners.
I might take
Niners.
I mean, my model
Niners.
just said 4, so that's a half a point of value.
Yeah.
Okay, next up. Titans 27, Bengals 3. Boy, did I get this one wrong. Turns out the Titans still are the Vrabel Titans. Derrick Henry is still Derrick Henry. He had 122 yards. He also threw a touchdown. And this was like a old school Mike Vrabel. The Titans suck. Punch you in the mouth. Play incredible defense. Win. Where it was never even close. And I don't know what to make of the Titans. Maybe they'll just be this team forever. Where it's like, if they're favorites, bet against them. If they're underdogs, bet on them. And if they're coming off a loss, bet on them. If they're coming off a win, fade them. That's just what this team does. They always kind of regress to the mean. And when they're like pissed off playing for something, they're nasty to play.
I think they're 2-0 at home now, right? So it might just be a home versus away thing for them.
That new
But
turf.
it looked like Tractor Cito season got started today. 'Cause
Yes.
he was running through people, punching people in the necks, stiff arms.
I was wrong
shaking
about
tackles.
the cliff.
And Tractor Cito also, I looked up his career passing stats. Lifetime, 5 for 6, so that's an 83% completion percentage. And he's got 2 touchdowns. His passer rating is 122.2.
Wow.
Pretty good.
That's really good. And the Titans defense was lights out today.
They had the best celebration today. Did you see the drum line?
Yes.
All 11 guys went on the field
Yes.
and did a drumline celebration. It was fucking sick.
Yeah, outside of the first drive by the Bengals, which was a field goal drive, they didn't let any other drive until garbage time go for more than 30 yards.
Yeah, so if you're a Bengals fan,
Panic.
you're probably thinking panic button right now.
I
think you're hitting the panic button.
Okay, so
You're doing the face app thing where you do Apple Pay, just scans your face. You're not pressing any buttons.
yeah.
But your face is positioned directly in front of the button.
So 2 things can be true at the same time, and we are friends with Joe Burrow. We love Joe Burrow, but 2 things can be true at the same time. He's injured.
Yes.
He's very injured. He has sucked this year. He has. And I think a lot of it is the injury. I honestly think if you watch this game, you realize that teams know Joe Burrow can't move the way that he can move if he's healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They had no problems blitzing him. They knew that he wasn't going to be able to beat him with his legs. He has through this year, I think he has 5 rushes for 2 yards. He's not obviously a mobile quarterback, but I think last year was like 75 rushes for 300 yards. So he's one of those quarterbacks that when he needs to get the first down, when he needs to extend a play, he can with his feet. Right now, he can't. And my question is, is it worth it playing him right now? Because it has been bad. This is the second time this year they've scored 3 points, not been able to get in the end zone. And I feel like he's a tough-ass dude that has a lot of pride, but at some point, maybe try to get healthy and sneak into a wild card spot, because right now it doesn't look good.
So when you ask, is it worth it for him to be playing? There's 2 things that go into it. One, is he better than the alternative and his backup?
I don't know right now.
It's close. It's
I
close
know.
because he is, and people are gonna be like, "You're making excuses for him." It's just a fact that he's injured and he's playing.
And he can't move.
And he
You
can't
can
move.
see the way that he moves in the pocket. It's not the same Joe Burrow.
Yeah, if you were to tell me Joe Burrow 6 weeks from now with full rest, if he didn't play football at all, if he were to go out on the field and look a lot better than he does right now, yes, he would look way better. But the fact is, he's injured. It's his decision to play through it. So we have to judge him on that, and he stinks right now. I'm not so sure that his backup wouldn't be better than him. And then the second thing is, are you risking
Re-injury or injury.
more severe injury by playing on this? And I think he probably is, but he's still doing it. I would take the keys out of his hand. I would be like, hey, just sit out for a little bit, man.
Yeah. No, I really would, because I don't think it's just not good right now. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look fluid. He's not able to make the same throws. They're not able to push the ball downfield.
And we might have a diva wide receiver watch on our hands here.
We
with
do.
Jamar Chase after the game. They asked him if he was open. He goes, "I'm always fucking open."
Yes.
Dude's Waffle House.
So he's always open. I don't think that Jamar Chase, I think Jamar Chase is frustrated at 1-3. I do think Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are good friends. I also think Jamar Chase probably really wants his new contract.
Yeah.
Because this is a human element to the game of football and a locker room. Joe Burrow got paid a lot of money. He deserves every dollar of that. Jamar Chase is still on his rookie deal. I think Joe Burrow probably made, what was Joe Burrow's signing bonus? And Joe Burrow is a quarterback, so obviously he's going to get more money than Jamar Chase. But I think Jamar Chase, hey, I want some money too.
40.
So that's more money than Jamar Chase has made in his career or will make right now on his current contract. His current contract, if he makes it all, is $30 million. So I think that absolutely plays into it. And I don't think it's this big issue like they're not on the same page. I'm just speaking from Jamar Chase's point of view. I'd probably be frustrated too. It's more that to me was not like Joe Burrow got to hit me. It's more like I want to get paid now.
Well, the thing is, okay, when we talk about diva wide receivers, we're saying that we want more diva wide receivers.
Yeah,
back.
people get confused.
People get confused. We want more diva wide receivers
fun.
because we miss having the real psychos out there that just take their helmets off and quit at halftime.
And the true diva wide receivers are also the best wide receivers in the league.
Yes, that's true.
Because they get that because it's guess what? You get to say these things because you are unstoppable. And Jamar Chase is unstoppable.
And when he said, I'm open, I'm always open,
I'm always fucking open. And then he apologized.
I'm always fucking open.
Yes.
Okay, is that no comma in there?
No comma.
Okay, so
I didn't sense a comma.
As being always fucking open, I actually think that he's probably right. He probably is always open. And he didn't seem like he was saying it to call out Burrow or to call out the offense or anything like that. He was just yeah, I'm open.
Yeah.
He's just being truthful.
I'm always open.
Yeah.
And T. Higgins did get hurt, which obviously hurt them. But no, the Bengals were never winning this game. I really do think, who do the Bengals have coming up? That's the question. Is when is their bye week?
Well, they have at Arizona, so if they lose,
they have to win that.
Yeah, and then home against Seattle, and then an early bye.
Okay, so
that's good.
Early-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a question of
if they lose at Arizona,
can you beat the Cardinals with Jake Browning, and then you have the Seahawks at home. I don't know.
And they have Niners, Bills back to back.
Right. So why wouldn't you get Joe Burrow healthy to try to win games that are going to be very, very difficult to win?
Well, because now you can't play around with any games that you could possibly lose against beatable teams.
Right. But if you put out Joe Burrow and he's hurt,
yeah,
and you lose one of these next two and he stays hurt, and then you have to play the Niners and the Bills back to back, I do think this is truly panic time for the Bengals. I know that I have a ton of trust. Oh, Patrick Mahomes just threw his third pick of the night, but it's coming back. I have a ton of faith in the Bengals as a team, and that's why 0-2, I was don't panic. But the fact that Joe Burrow is playing this way and he's injured, it's panic time.
I've watched a lot of tape on Jake Browning. You know that. I watched the All-22.
Mm-hmm.
I would say start him against the Cardinals. I would say start him against the Seahawks. And then Joe back.
I agree with you. We concur. We concur on this. University of Washington, Jake Browning. Who's their second backup? Why don't they have why isn't AJ McCarron still there?
Do you have Brandon Allen? He was on the team for a little bit.
Bengals
I think he's on
QBs.
the Bills now, maybe.
I think they only carry two active
said-
now because of that new rule, the 53.
McCarron's on the practice squad.
Oh, McCarron's on the practice. Start AJ McCarron.
They have that emergency
Start AJ
rule we
McCarron.
talked about.
AJ McCarron can beat the Cardinals. AJ McCarron is one of those guys. Actually, if I were the Bengals, what I would do is I would start AJ McCarron against the Cardinals, then start Jake Browning against the Seahawks. Because AJ McCarron doesn't have 2 wins in him. He has got 1, though.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe Jake Browning has 1 in him. So that's how you do it. That's actually we will, knowing that the Bengals probably won't pay us for this consulting fee, we will take 1 suite for the AFC Championship game after you follow our plan and win these 2 games and get Joe Burrow healthy.
That's a deal.
All right, so Bengals back on track. Put the panic button away. You're back on track. Okay, let's take a break and then we'll do our next games.
Before we get to our next games, they're brought to you by our good friends over at Game Time. We love Game Time. I'm actually going to be in Washington, D.C., or Raleigh, John, Maryland, as it were, on Thursday night. We got Bears at Commanders. I'm going to be going to the game. Game Time is going to hook it up. Can't wait to go. You shouldn't have to worry about when you're buying tickets to your next big event. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. I saw Hugh Jackman, Blake Lively, all the stars were coming out to this game.
They got in with Game Time probably. You can tell because they had great seats. Game Time hooks it up. They've got last-minute tickets, flash deals. That's very important to Hugh Jackman. He watches his wallet. They've got great zone deals, and you can find super easy to find tickets, and you can buy them with 2 taps and 10 seconds. That's all you need. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the start of the event and even an hour after it starts. It's the place to find last-minute seats. Find exclusive flash deals. You can get sponsored deals on tickets for football, basketball, baseball, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. And with zone deals, you pick the section and Game Time picks the seats for an average of 18% savings. And the Game Time guarantee means that you'll always get the best price. If you can find tickets in the same section and row for less, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code PMT for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed.
Okay, next up, we have the Rams 29, the Colts 23. Is this a game where both teams won?
Go on.
The Rams won the game.
The Colts are tough motherfuckers.
Yeah, the Rams won the game. The Colts won the game because Anthony Richardson in the second half brought the Colts back from a 23-0 deficit after not looking great in the first half. And I continue to be impressed with the Colts coaching staff. And I feel like the Colts, this was a moral victory with a young quarterback and a young team and a new coach being like, hey, we can get punched in the mouth and we'll keep on coming.
Yeah.
We'll keep coming.
You know why they keep coming?
We'll always keep coming.
Coming. Anthony Richardson's a big load.
Yes, he'll keep coming.
He is a big load, and he will come
Shout
right
out
on.
Hank.
Yeah,
Hank was right.
Hank was right about Anthony Richardson.
Hank was right.
He might be so. CJ Stroud, I think, has definitely shown himself to be like the top of that class
Correct.
right now. Anthony Richardson is more fun to watch, though.
Yeah, but this was I really do think this was a double win.
Yeah.
A rare double win in the NFL.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to give a loss to Jim Irsay.
Okay.
He has to wear this loss.
Okay.
Colts are now 0-2 at home. Early in the season, Jim Irsay has elected to close the roof on both of those games.
Damn.
You only get a couple windows here if you're the Colts to have the roof and the window open. And Irsay, it was like 75 degrees in Indy today. It was a beautiful day.
You got to keep it open.
You got to keep that window
You
open.
got to keep it open. They win that game with the roof open.
Yeah, but yeah, Anthony Richardson's very fun to watch. Got through this game healthy, which is great. I want to see more of him, not less of him. So very happy to see him healthy after this one. And then Puka Nacua.
Oh,
Puka Nacua, not only is it extremely fun to say, but he is an awesome, awesome receiver.
I hated him at BYU, and I love him now.
Yeah.
I only hated him at BYU because he was always injured, and they would always play with the injury report and be like, is he playing? Is he not? Is he? And he's that good that it was worth a lot.
Should we start Nakuanon?
Nakuanon. He's
Yeah.
so good. I know it's also coaching. Like this is, we say it a million times, but getting drafted to the right organization, to the right team, to the right coaching staff is such a big part of a lot of these guys' career. But Puka Nacua is the real deal. He had 9 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown. How many catches does he have this
He's
season?
setting all the records so far.
He has so many he's so goddamn good. And I also think that Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, I'm looking it up right now. He has how many catches?
39 receptions.
39
has surpassed
receptions.
Anquan Bolden and his 30 receptions in 2003 for most ever by a player in his first 4 NFL games.
4 games, 39 receptions. That's insane. Cooper Kupp coming back will probably eat into that a little bit, but still, Puka Nacua, real deal. Good drafting by the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Matthew Stafford is the top quarterback. If you had to pick any quarterback, he has taken the Big Ben mantle of has to get hurt to like play even better. Because he got hurt today. I think he got stepped on or something. He got tangled up, and he's maybe the toughest guy in the NFL.
Yeah, he kind of likes getting shaken up.
He does. He likes having like some kind of limp.
Do you remember
or
that
his arm hanging down?
Yeah, that game when he was on the Lions
against the
and
Browns,
his
yeah.
shoulder was separated, and they had him on the sidelines. He literally shoved the trainers off him. It was like, get away from me and get back in this game. Then he throws the winning touchdown.
Yeah, he's just a tough motherfucker. So yeah, the double win. I'm counting this as a double win.
I think that's fair to say. Yeah, the Colts. If you're the Colts, you're probably not expecting to go to the playoffs this year.
And you're
probably
2-2.
expecting to fight. You're 2-2. Your team looks like they're tough. Your coach looks like he's competent.
Yeah.
So that's good. And then Anthony Richardson obviously looks like he's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and it also is how the game flow goes. Like, if the Rams had lost this game, I would have counted that as a double loss for the Rams. Because if you're up 23-0 on the Colts, you should win that game. If you're down 23-0 to the Rams, you should definitely lose that game. They did, but they went to overtime, double win.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. It's a double win game.
A statement loss.
Yes, a statement loss. Be like that. The Colts, like you said, they're not going to go to the playoffs. You just want to see Anthony Richardson play well, stay healthy, their coaching staff be competent, which they've shown that in an exceeding fashion.
And they're doing this without Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
And so his pup thing, I don't know how the pup really works. I just read today that he's got a 21-day practice window to return.
Okay.
So they're going to try to get him back on the team.
I feel like he probably is going to come back. He's like, hey, we're 2-2. We're not bad. We're not as bad as we thought we'd be. Okay.
Unless the Eagles get him.
Yeah. Next up, Broncos 31, Bears 28. The Bears are 0-4. The Bears have 14 straight losses. The Bears are the first team in NFL history to allow 25 points or more in 14 consecutive games. The Bears are a dumpster fire. I don't know. I don't feel as much pain as I thought I would. It sucked. Justin Fields was phenomenal today. Like, he was not the reason why the Bears lost.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Eberflus is the reason why the Bears lost. Matt Eberflus is a fucking bonehead idiot and a bad coach. And I want the Bears to keep him employed for the rest of the year because it's clear we're going to tank.
You're talking about the field goal?
Yeah. Well, choice? So for people who didn't see the game, the Bears were up 28-7. I knew it deep down. I was sitting next to Chief, who's a Bears fan as well, one of our coworkers. When it got to 28-14, we both said to each other, this is about to be a game. Also, not fair. Sean Payton cut his sleeves off mid-game, totally changed the juju. It was 28-14. He cut off his sleeves. That should be illegal. That should have at least been a penalty.
It's a uniform violation.
It's a uniform violation. Yeah, so the Bears, it was 28-7. The Broncos come all the way back. Justin Fields did have a bad fumble. He didn't see the guy coming. So it was 28-21, and then they scored a scoop and score the Broncos to make it 28-28. So reset. The Bears go down, 2.5 minutes left, 4th and 1 on the Broncos 18. Matt Eberflus is a defensive coach. He was hired because of his defense. They invested in the defense. And he said, I don't trust my defense. Oh, and he's calling the defensive plays now. So it's him. He's got his hands all over the defense.
Why? What happened to your DC?
We just wish him. No, we don't even wish him well.
Yeah, he's
just
HR.
Left. Yeah,
refer to HR.
He's left. He mysteriously left. He goes for it on 4th and 1 on the 18. Instead of going up 3 with 2.5 minutes left and playing defense and saying, let's win this game on defense. Going for it is stupid. Going for it in shotgun, handoff, is the dumbest thing you could possibly do. It was Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy being like, handshake, let's be the dumbest motherfuckers alive. I do feel really bad for Justin Fields. We talked about him being a broken guy. There was reports that he was still in his entire uniform 30 minutes after the game in the locker room, just sitting there while everyone had already cleared out.
Yeah, the report is Justin Fields looked stunned in the locker room, still had his uniform on 30 minutes after the end of the game. Most of his teammates were gone. Fields was sitting at his locker, just staring off. That's Sean Hammond's reported that, yeah.
Sean Hammond's, Patrick Mahomes with an all-time kneeling it at the 2-yard line. If anyone had Patrick Mahomes score a touchdown, you want to cry
that was
right
for
now.
The spread. I had
That
it
was
in
for
my
the spread.
picks, -8.5.
That was, I did
spread.
too. Mahomes.
Wow.
Score a touchdown. Think of the betters, Mahomes. Okay, so back to the play. Shotgun, handoff, up the middle, stuffed. Broncos go down and kick a field goal. So your defense actually played pretty well. They gave up a big play, but they held them to a field goal. Bears lose the game. 14 straight losses. Matt Eberflus, it's not even a question that the question is, are people going to want him fired right now? I still think you should keep him just because if the goal is to lose, he has proven he is the greatest head coach ever at losing. But yeah, I was more demoralized for Justin Fields because Justin Fields was incredible. First 300-yard passing game, 4 touchdowns. He looked great. He looked confident. He was hitting everyone down the field, all the good things. I know it's the Broncos defense. Matt Eberflus is a fucking moron. And don't get me wrong. I'm not going to flip and be like, Justin Fields is back to being the guy. I know Justin Fields isn't the guy.
This loss was on Matt Eberflus.
You just want to see Justin happy. And
Right. This was not
He was
his
happy
fault.
today. Justin Fields was smiling. He looked happy in the first half. It was a tough loss, especially considering it's against the Broncos, who stink. And then added on to all that was the Chase Claypool thing, the fiasco. So Chase Claypool watched the game from home today. After the game was over, they asked Eberflus, so wait, was it his choice to stay home, or did you tell him to stay home for this game? And he goes, yeah, it was a choice. It was his choice.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't going to play today, but Eberflus was saying, like, you have the choice of watching here and being a healthy scratch here, or you can watch at home. He said it was a choice. And then afterwards, the Bears PR had to issue a statement correcting it, saying that Chase Claypool was instructed to stay home for the game.
Yes.
So they told him, I think I know what
It's
happened.
worse than that.
Go
it's
on.
worse than that.
Okay.
Matt Eberflus on Friday said that Chase Claypool was. They asked if Equimanius St. Brown was going to play. He's like, we don't know. You know, there's been no change. While he was doing that, Chase Claypool said the comment about how are they using you correctly?
Yeah.
He said no. Saturday night, Matt Eberflus tells the team that Chase Claypool is not going to play, and then he also said on Sunday that his comments had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So it was so clear that he has no idea how to answer questions. One, the basic questions. You're the head coach. He has no idea how to deal with the locker room. He has no idea how to, it's just an absolute clusterfuck. Nice guy. I'm not even we had him on the show. He was a nice guy. He's not a head coach.
So I think
he's not a head coach.
So I think knowing coaches as I do, what probably happened was Eberflus was like, he made the choice to say that sort of thing when I had told him, like, you can't be causing a scene, you can't be saying anything against the team. You have to be like the most studious practice player that we have. You have to be doing all the small things right. And then he made the choice to say they're not using me right. And so Eberflus was like, that's his choice. Now he's at home.
Right.
So it was not his choice to stay home from the game, but in Eberflus's mind, that's twisted around 6 ways to Sunday. He's like, oh, well, he made the decision to break one of the rules that I gave him. Therefore, he made his choice to stay home.
Yes.
It's like your parents. Like when your parents are like, no, actually, it's his choice to stay in his room because he did not do his homework last week.
Right.
And we had discussed the ramifications of not doing your homework.
Right. It's just it's a clown show organization. It's a joke. They have the number 1 pick right now. The Panthers also lost. They have the number 1 and number 2 pick. I went into this game, especially up 28-7. I was like, ooh, what if they win? And what if we win on Thursday? And, who knows? Just tank. Just lose every game. At this point, just lose every game because you got to change everything. And I know that this is like the 10th time they've changed everything after Lovey. But I don't know. And I know nothing's going to actually change because it's the organization as a whole that's the problem. You keep trying to put a Band-Aid on a terminal illness, and it's not going to fix it. But at some point, you just got to keep doing Band-Aids because I don't know what else to do. I know it won't fix anything, but I'll take a new Band-Aid because it will make me feel better for a little bit.
It's really going to be a battle of the Titans. Caleb Williams against the Bears franchise. Which force is stronger?
No, Andy. Right. Who can?
Is Caleb Williams good enough to not be ruined by the Bears?
Listen, I know that this is Justin Fields is screwed by the Bears. I don't know if he's gonna have a career after the Bears, but just look at CJ Stroud. Look at Anthony Richardson. Look at some of these guys and the setup they get and the coaching they get. And the team and the organization, it's just a completely different situation. This is a clusterfuck the second you step in the door. So, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, get Jim Harbaugh. It's so bad, I'm rooting for Michigan to win the national title.
So that Jim Harbaugh can then become the coach.
And then just stuff all the dorks in a locker and be like, we're playing man football.
I actually think that Jim Harbaugh coming into the Bears would be a great thing because he would just straight up tell Virginia McCaskey, fuck off.
Yeah. He would just be like, this is my team now, and we're going to run it my way.
Yeah.
And we're going to be good, and you can stop being embarrassed about this organization. And in 4 years, when you're pissed off at me and we've gone to some NFC championship games, I'll just be like, I told you so.
And then I'll quit.
Yeah,
and I'll go back to college and dominate.
And dominate again because I'm a really good head coach. But yeah, it's I don't really have anything else than that. It's just a clusterfuck. I really do feel bad for Justin Fields today because he's had bad games this year. He's not looked good this year. I don't think he's a long-term answer. Today was undoubtedly not his fault.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't his fault.
The scoop and score is pretty bad.
It was bad, but like he put the Bears in a position like they're, again, defensive head coach, invested in the defense. I think the Bears have like 2 sacks this year.
Not kicking a field goal to go up in that game is just crazy. It's crazy. Insane. That's a move you make when you're up like 7 and you say, let's just not give him the ball back. Yeah.
Not when you're tied and you can easily get a
Take a
chip
lead.
shot field goal. Take a lead with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. It's so easy to do. As for the Broncos, they're still bad. They just beat the worst team.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And they had to come back from 28-7.
The only good thing about the Broncos today is like you didn't lose.
Yeah.
You didn't lose to the Bears. Somebody had to lose this game.
Yeah. Someone had to lose this game.
Well, a tie would have been great too. But yeah, the Broncos, I guess they're just good to get a win. Sean Payton gets to kind of relax a little bit, maybe. You're right, though. Cutting off the sleeves, that is kind of bullshit.
It was bullshit. It changed the juju.
If a player does that, Roger Goodell puts an envelope in his locker and he fines him $35,000.
That's a fact.
Think about it.
That's a fact. Shotgun, 4th and 1. 4th and 1 shotgun.
Yeah.
I saw that when I went to Nebraska, Michigan on Saturday, and Nebraska did 4th and 1 shotgun. You go from getting 1 yard to now having to get 5 yards.
I always hate shotgun runs in general. Not even talking like just short yardage plays. If you're running the ball out of shotgun, to me, it always just looks like the running back gets a so much slower start.
Running out of shotgun works when it's a light box and you got everyone split out wide,
a draw,
and you're like, there's no one in the box, and you know that you'll be able to play, man blocking, hat on hat football. That I'm cool with that.
The shotgun
when everyone is standing right at the line of scrimmage, they're like, we know they're going to run this right up the middle. Let's do fucking 5-yard shotgun. So stupid.
The shotgun run is the GOAT play when it's 3rd and 17 and you need 12 yards.
What if, this is a fucked up thought I've had, what if there's actually like a pact between Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus, like we're trying to tank, and Matt Eberflus is actually the best coach of all time.
And he's been wrong on purpose?
Like he's losing these games in such perfect fashion that it's like he actually is an incredible head coach.
This is some next level cope.
Yeah, like let's do the shotgun play on 4th and 1. When we play the Bucs and we have the ball down 3, let's run the same running back draw 3 times in a row for a pick 6.
So you're taking the angle of he'd have to be an awesome, like the best coach ever to purposely do all the wrong things all the time.
Right.
Because you would have to know what the right things to do would be.
Correct.
To select all the wrong things.
Correct. He's actually a genius.
Secret genius. Okay.
Yeah.
He's
you can see it.
He's
actually he's so bad that I'm actually, it's like a bad good circle and we're getting right back to the middle.
Yeah.
Where we're meeting.
I'm going to let you believe that.
No, I don't.
For your mental health.
But I could definitely believe that. I'm going to think about this more. I'll get back to everyone on Friday. Yeah. This could be.
You're fine.
Yeah, no, this will be fine.
Bears are back.
This will be fine. Should we talk about the Chiefs game real quick? Patrick Mahomes' all-time scumbag move. Going down for the line is 8.5, and he goes down at the 1-yard line, easy touchdown. Correct football move. I know Patrick Mahomes doesn't care about people who bet on him. He cares about winning football games. He's really fucking good at that. But yeah, this game was Zach Wilson's coming out party.
I guess so.
It was. Good loss.
Good news for the Chiefs. You won a game where Patrick Mahomes played probably as poorly as he'll ever play for you.
Yeah. He was bad tonight.
Actually, should we talk about that? We should find somebody out there because I'm sure there's some people that hate Patrick Mahomes. He throws a lot of very interceptable balls that don't get picked off, right? Because either it's like a no-look thing, the receiver does, or the cornerback doesn't see it coming, or they're just like, oh, holy shit, Patrick Mahomes threw a bad pass. I can't, and they get nervous at the last second.
Yes.
Because they can't believe they're about to intercept Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
I think he gets away with a lot of interceptions. Now they're figuring out how to actually catch him.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Has this always been Patrick Mahomes? He's just been very lucky.
Yeah, he's just the luckiest quarterback ever. Memes is coping so bad he just texted us a hold screenshot. Memes, would you like to speak? This was a very promising loss.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing I texted you was Jermaine Johnson just getting mugged on the play.
Oh, okay. So what do you want us to do with this?
I don't know. I don't know. That's just me coping with it. But he was getting mugged on the play, and they didn't call anything. He also did illegal hands to the face. Would have offset, and then they would have brought it back. That's the Patrick Mahomes run that he got like 35 yards on.
So, Memes, is this kind of bad for you, though? Because the coaching staff essentially said, like, Zach has another opportunity to prove himself. If he doesn't do anything, then, like, they kind of put the word out there, we're going to look somewhere else, right? And I feel like Zach Wilson did enough tonight to make Zach Wilson stay around.
He played so good.
He was 28 for 39, 245 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was good. He was good tonight.
Yeah, he was awesome. And then you could kind of see in the third quarter the wheels were falling off a little bit. The coaching staff just doesn't play Breece Hall for some reason, and they stick with Dalvin Cook, which I hate. Breece Hall ran for like 50 yards. They get all the way down there. They put Dalvin Cook in. Dalvin Cook runs for 3 yards, and then they do 2 cheap out plays, and then they punt it away. It was bullshit.
And Zach Wilson dropped that snap.
And there
he
was a
dropped the
hold.
snap.
And there was a hold.
There was a hold. They called holding on.
Are you going to cry?
I might. They called holding on Sauce Gardner.
That was bullshit.
You feel like
That
you have
was-
a cry in your throat right
Sauce
now.
Gardner was bullshit.
I'm so upset.
Do you think that the NFL saw all these Jets games on the schedule and they're like, we have to do everything possible to get Taylor Swift to come show up so that people watch this game?
I think so, but people would have watched either way.
The memes went old school, like it was like sitting with your dad. He was just in the other room, and he was just screaming, "Run the fucking football!" And then before the game, he's like, "Start the fucking game!
Yeah.
Enough of this!"
I mean, they were just showing the voice for 4 minutes before the game.
That was bullshit.
It was bullshit.
Carson Daly interrupted my
This is-
Sunday Night Football.
This is why I fight for the NFL. People don't realize, like, first they take our Sunday Night Football, and we said nothing. Like, Taylor Swift is a problem for the NFL. We have to unite as a group of fans. We can't let this happen.
She's bad for football.
She's got to stop going to games. What's their next Chiefs game? I hope it's in. Fuck. They
At
play the
Minnesota.
Vikings. All right, she's not going to go that game,
No.
is she?
No.
I think she starts her international tour soon.
Good. Go. Get out of here. Scram. You know what? All right, I'll say this. If Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift release a sex video, I'll consummate this relationship and be like, fine, you guys can have sex. You can be boyfriend, girlfriend. I don't buy it until I see some dick in vagina.
Do you think is she
I'm saying that right now.
is she pregnant?
P&V.
I haven't seen her drinking at these games. I saw her drinking some
was
juice.
drinking.
P&V,
she was
otherwise it's
drinking-
not really.
Drinking some juice.
Yeah. Anyone with me? Should we demand it?
I want to see.
I want to see P&V. I want to see insertion.
I want to see P and A.
P&A or P&V or P&M.
Yeah,
I'll take P&M.
PM's good.
I'll take P. I'll even take H on P.
Hand.
Yeah, I'll take a hand
Yeah,
job.
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
see a hand job. That's fine. Give us a Lauren Bobbitt. Is that her
That'd be
name?
hot.
Bobbert.
Bobert. Yeah.
Give us a Lauren Bobert, and I will be like, you know what? These two lovebirds, they can't get their hands off each other. It's fine. Until that happens, I think it's fake, and I think it's for clicks, and I think Taylor Swift is using the NFL to try to make her star bigger.
I think I would see some TF.
I would see some
I would see TF.
Max. Either way, good game, memes. You fought hard.
They fought real hard, and then we got the Broncos next week. So hopefully, we can string back-to-back good weeks together.
Yeah.
You almost said
revenge
wins.
Back-to-back good games.
Good games.
Oh, Hackett revenge game.
Hackett
yeah.
revenge game.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
That will be awesome. Hackett revenge game. Also, memes, just perspective. Just go with like the Bears as the measuring bar for the worst team in the NFL. You guys are way better than the Bears.
I mean, if the defense shows up in the first quarter,
Yeah, you're way better than the Bears. Like you're not nowhere near the bottom of the
the
NFL.
Chiefs scored 3 points in the second half.
That's good.
I know.
That's real good.
You're way better than the Patriots.
We'll get to that. Well,
we can't
they
beat
did
the
play.
Patriots.
Yeah, they did play head to head.
No, but Skip Bayless rules.
Oh yeah, true.
If the Patriots Jets Super Bowl was today, I think the Jets win the Super Bowl.
I'd agree with that. If they played it today, I'd
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
But actually, no. The Patriots still win that. Patriots win 12-9 in perfect conditions in a dome. Okay, next game, Vikings Panthers.
Yep.
Vikings. So I didn't realize this. Our guy Stathole sent this to me. I wish I had said this on Friday. Do you know that the last time there was an 0-3 off, which we had today between the Vikings and the Panthers and the Bears and the Broncos, was 2020, and the Vikings and the Broncos both won.
I did not know that.
The Vikings and the Broncos both won the 0-3 off in 2020. The Vikings beat the Texans. The Broncos beat the Jets. Both teams won again today. So that's if that ever happens again, Jake, put a reminder. If the Broncos and the Vikings are 0-3 and play another 0-3 team, we have to bet the Vikings and the Broncos. Parlay.
It's also Kirktober.
It is Kirk.
So let's not forget about Kirktober. Cousins is now with the Vikings 16-5 in the month of October.
Yeah.
So let's see who they have next year. Oh, it's the Chiefs.
Ooh.
But then the Bears, 49ers, and Packers.
Ooh.
So Kirktober might go a little sideways this year. Who knows? But don't bet against Kirk Cousins in October.
Yeah, and
that's the rule.
Also, welcome to the 2023 season, Vikings defense.
Yeah.
You finally have showed up, scoop and score, blanked the Panthers in the second half. They are the reason why they won this game.
Yeah.
Which is nice because Kirk Cousins was not the reason they were losing games. So it's nice the defense picked up a win.
Yeah, Kirk also had the play of the day today. He threw an interception at the 1-yard line, and then he hustled his ass like 90 yards downfield, ran as fast. I didn't know that Kirk Cousins could move that fast. It was incredible. Took a good angle, and then yada, 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 and they ended up scoring the touchdown.
Yep.
Kirk took the biggest shot that I've ever seen.
So bad.
He just that's got to suck so bad to sprint 90 yards and then get hit by a dump truck.
Yeah, just do a fake. Just if you're a quarterback, like try to find a cornerback closest to you and do like a fake block, get blocked a little bit.
Do you know how like sometimes if a defensive player will hit the quarterback late and then they'll pretend that they got hurt too to get some sympathy, maybe not get kicked out of the game? Do you think that Kirk Cousins feels any better or a quarterback feels better when they throw a pick like that and then they sprint and get absolutely destroyed because everyone's like, oh, Kirk, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is the first thing. Not, God damn it, Kirk, that was such a bad interception.
Yes.
I was worried about Kirk.
Yeah, I was worried about Kirk as well. The Panthers are bad. Steve Smith's going to owe us some hats, I believe. What was the over-under? 4.5?
Something like that.
Yeah. I think we are, fingers crossed, on a collision course for 2 winless teams when the Bears and Panthers play later on in the season.
Oh, what week is that?
So that is like looks like week 9 or 10. The Panthers play the Lions at the Lions.
Thursday night game.
Is it?
Here.
Oh,
Thursday,
wow.
November 9th.
God. There might not be anyone in the stands. At Lions, at Dolphins. Then they do play at home against the Texans and Colts. So those are winnable games. Mm-hmm. But there's a chance we could get the Ophir Bowl.
Yeah, what are we thinking about Bryce right now? Be honest about Bryce.
Hasn't looked great.
If I'm a Panthers fan, the doubt would be creeping in. I'd be starting to think we made the wrong choice.
I still think he's very good.
He's just so small.
He's so small and
small.
There's just not a lot
little.
Yeah. It just dawned on me, PFT, by the way, this Thursday night game, Bears Commanders has set up to a complete you have a no-win situation on your hands.
Oh, I know.
There's if you don't win this game.
Yeah. It's my first time back at FedEx in 12 years.
Wow.
I've got it all built up. I'm so excited. Hopefully meet Josh.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to make it because we're doing Surviving Barstool the week after. So I'm going to be gone from my family for 9 days. So being like, hey, I want to go to a football game too 2 days before. Didn't really fly, but PFT will be at the game. We're going to do the show before, and then we'll tape about the game afterwards.
It is
a
tattoo bet.
Yeah, it's a tattoo bet, but you are if the Bears find a way to win this game, you're in hell, buddy.
I'm in big hell.
You're in hell, buddy.
So everyone listens to this podcast when the Bears suck or when something bad happens to one of our teams.
I mean, the Bears only suck.
That's usually when we get the most amount of downloads on this podcast. So you guys are sickos and you're perverts. I actually think that if the Bears beat the Commanders while I'm in D.C.
Oh, yeah. Next to
on
Josh
an island,
Harris.
smiling it up, just living it up in D.C. Commanders are back. If I'm so happy about that stuff, and then the Bears end up finding a way to win on Thursday night, I think the sickos will actually download and listen to that podcast.
Yeah.
Just like they would a very, very bad Bears loss.
Yeah, no, this is 16 versus 1.
Yeah. Well, no,
it is.
We're not a 1 seed.
No, you are.
We're not
in
a
the
1
world
seed.
of Bears, yes.
No, we're not a 1. Don't do that.
1.
It's bad enough already. I don't need
Bears
you.
Are
I don't need
UMBC.
you gaslighting people.
Bears are Fairleigh Dickinson. No one believes in us.
No, I would say.
Let's go, boys. Let's win one.
I would say the Commanders.
Let's shock the world.
This is a 4. This is a 4-12.
Whose line's anyway? Let's play it. I actually think it'll be 6.
Yeah.
Exactly 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're right. It is.
It could probably get to 7. I feel like it might get to 7.
The Commanders should not be. They should not have expectations to absolutely demolish any team. They're not gonna blow people out.
It's USA Russia. It's USA Russia. No one believes in these boys. It's nice being in Like, because if the Bears get killed, they'd be like, well, yeah, what'd you expect? They're the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm not even going to feel good about it. I'm going to feel sorry for you.
They are the worst team. All right, last thing for Vikings Panthers. I am just as much rooting against the Panthers now. Like, I screenshotted it right away. The Bears have the 1 and 2 pick right now. It's never been done, I don't think. So go Panthers, go. Keep losing games. Keep finding a way to. They were even up in this game, and then they didn't score in the second half.
So what you want to go 1 and 16, and you want the Panthers to go 0 and 17.
Right.
That way, it's the Panthers that pick first,
Right.
and then you get the second pick. But that's because
Like,
you're better
that
than
was
the
your
Panthers.
pick. Yeah, we won that trade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's take another break, and then we'll finish off the afternoon games and finish the early games and get to the afternoon games.
Going to get back to the games in a second. It's brought to you by Coors Light. Fall doesn't have to be the buzzkill to your summer chill. Coors Light helps you find moments to unwind. If you have a big work presentation, follow it with a happy hour, some friends, and a cold Coors Light. I drank a bunch of Coors Lights this weekend in Ocean City, Maryland. The mountains were so blue, right near the beach. Lord of mercy, I was drinking Coors Light. They were so blue. I love Coors Light. It's a perfect fall beer. Nothing like Coors Light and some college football on a Saturday, nice brisk Saturday morning. If you have weekend chores, you can take Saturday off and hit the tailgate, even if you don't have tickets to the game. Whenever you need to chill, just hit reset, reach for a Coors Light. It's made to chill. There's only one beer out there that's literally made to chill, and that's Coors Light. The mountains on the bottles and cans turn blue when your beer is cold. That way, you always know when it's time to chill. Just hit reset, open a Coors Light. It's mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light is the one I choose when I need to unwind. So when you want to hit reset, reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/take. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Okay, next up, Texans, Steelers. I almost did something really mean there. Hank went to
Yeah,
the
we should
piss
have said.
and just done Patriots, Cowboys, and been like, Hank, and then he just left.
Yep.
But Texans, Steelers.
Yep.
CJ Stroud Boys.
Stroud Boys.
He is awesome. 1,200 yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Beast.
So his stats coming out are, I think they're the second best in NFL history behind just Cam Newton in his rookie season.
Yeah.
So he's ahead of Andrew Luck. He's playing awesome. And DeMeco Ryans I think he's an awesome coach.
Awesome coach. This is what I'm talking about. Organizations, like, they made the right hire. He's putting in a winning culture. They're winning. They were picked to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. They're winning games. They look competent. They took it to the Steelers. And the Steelers, Mike Tomlin is my favorite just because he's so predictable. It really is. Like, if he's coming off a win and he's an underdog, he's a favorite on the road, it's just they came out so flat. They look like they had no juice. Kenny struggled, hurt his knee, which I hope he's not badly hurt. That offense has no punch whatsoever. Like, they feel like that offense just is never doing anything explosive, and it's always feels like all their plays are behind the line of scrimmage and in 3rd and long.
You just got to be hoping that your defense scores multiple touchdowns.
Yeah.
If you're a Steelers fan, it's painful to watch.
And their secondary got shredded today. Nico Collins had an insane day.
Well, credit to Tomlin because they asked him after the game if there's going to be changes. He said, hell yeah, there's going to be changes.
Oh.
So Matt Canada, another promotion.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to me. Also, the Steelers they got to fire their playing guy. Their playing guy's the worst.
Wait, are they stuck again?
They were delayed again due to a mechanical issue with the charter plane. And then I think they were like 3-4 hours delayed on the tarmac. Weren't they like stuck in a plane
They're
for
stuck
like
in
12
Kansas City,
hours?
yeah.
Yeah, they got to fire their playing guy. As a bad playing guy myself, I can spot another one when I see it.
Get rid of
They
him.
got a bad playing guy.
Get rid of him.
This game was over in the first quarter. The Texans had 145 yards to Pittsburgh's 15.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was. They came out so flat. Also, it was J.J. Watt Day in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And we are a J.J. Watt podcast. We should just remind people that J.J. Watt was like the best defensive player of all time for that 4-year stretch.
Yeah.
I went and looked it up. 4 seasons, 64 games played, didn't miss a game. He had 69 sacks, 109 tackles for a loss, 41 passes batted down, 15 forced fumbles, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, and 2nd in MVP in that 1 year.
Yeah,
He was an absolute monster.
That's why we always say, like, as good of a football player he was He was actually a shitty human being compared to what a good football player
Because he was that good.
And that's not even a knock against him as a human being.
No.
Because he's a pretty good human being too.
Right.
But like dog shit as a human compared to his defensive
He
stats.
was never the best human in the world.
No, never. He was Walter Payton Man of the Year.
Of the
One
year. Right. Like he's a very, very good human, but to be best human, he was best football player in the world for that stretch.
He was probably not even top 1,000 human in the United States.
Right. There's
So,
a lot of good humans.
A lot of very good
But
people.
man,
good
was he
people on
fucking
both
good.
sides with the Stroud boys.
Yes. So yeah, CJ Stroud is awesome. I think the Texans could win the AFC South.
Yeah, JJ.
Couldn't they?
Yeah, I think they could.
Why not?
JJ also took out a full page ad in the Houston Chronicle. He's got to have the Lifetime Achievement Award for most full page ads taken out, right?
For sure.
My guess is JJ's probably taken out 7 or 8 full page ads.
Oh, he's definitely gonna take one out when he gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Both Arizona and Houston.
and Wisconsin.
Actually, JJ, let's do it the right way. I don't know what we charge for advertising, but full page ad on PMT.
3 Bored Apes.
Do a full page advertisement. So we'll do a full ad read for you. You can write whatever you want. You got to pay.
Yeah,
We will do, when you get inducted in Canton, first ballot, we'll do a full page ad for you on Pardon My Take.
What's the difference between a full page ad and just propaganda? It's fake news, isn't it?
That's true.
You're
We should
paying
take
for
out
the
a full
space.
page ad.
We should, yeah.
We should absolutely take a full page ad out. Can we get Jake figure out the cheapest
Which
full
newspaper?
Yeah.
the cheapest full page
a bad
ad we
one.
can do?
A bad newspaper.
Okay.
Yeah. We should do a full page ad in like the smallest newspaper and just thank all the people of that town for listening to Pardon My Take.
Okay. I'm on.
Yeah.
He's definitely done a full page ad when he won Walter Payton Man of the Year. Definitely took one out then. Probably took one out when he left Houston.
When he saved Houston.
When he saved Houston and when he left Houston. Then took one out in Arizona. Took one out in Madison when he got drafted. Thanking all the good people of all the Badgers out there. And now he's doing another one on J.J. Watt Day. He'll take another one out when he when he goes in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'd say probably like 7 or 8 full page ads over the course of his life.
A lot of full page
It
ads.
can range from $2,700 to over $100K. The New York Times Sunday edition costs
Fuck the New York Times.
$245,000, but we will not be
fuck
using
them.
them. Screw
Yeah.
them.
They should pay. If they paid us $245,000, I still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Screw 'em.
So find us a paper. We will pay for it, and we'll do a full page ad.
Got it.
And if you're a listener who runs a paper, maybe just give it to us on the house.
Yeah.
Hit up what email?
PMTintern at barstoolsports.com.
Beautiful.
We should do one thanking J.J. Watt for taking out a full page ad in Houston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And also, yeah.
And also
Yeah, thank
everyone
you.
that listens.
Yeah,
and
everyone
also
who
down here, this is good for 1 free subscription to Pardon My Take.
We should just, whatever the maximum amount of words we can use, we should use.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of maximum amount of words,
Oh, we're not there yet. We're getting close. We actually already did the Patriots Cowboys, but you were gone. Damn. Bucs Saints. I'm very happy for Baker Mayfield. He's balling.
yeah.
He's balling. They won 26-9. They went into the dome, which is not, it's not your father's Superdome anymore. It's not. People go into the dome and win now. And it's sad, but Baker Mayfield was awesome. The Bucs are, I don't know if they're good. Yeah, they're good.
The Bucs are feisty.
They're good.
I think Baker's good enough to win close games too. I put out a little future on him at the start of the year for comeback player of the year, just banking on the fact that maybe DeMar wouldn't actually get into a game this year.
Yeah.
But I think if you're being honest, like Baker should be in that conversation right
Yes. The Bucs are good enough to lose a first round home playoff game by a touchdown.
now. Yeah.
That's a pretty good team.
Yeah, if they win their division, they
And
play
they'll play
against
a better wild
card,
card team.
and
Yeah.
then they lose at home. Yeah,
Right.
I've been there.
Yeah, that feels like what the Bucs are.
Yeah, they're fun. They're feisty. They'll keep scrapping with you. The Saints look like whatever the opposite of fun is. They booed Derek Carr as they should have.
Why did you start Derek Carr?
They wanted to see Jameis. The people wanted Jameis. We got a small dose of Jameis at the end, who went downfield on a go route. Yes, go route, and threw a little pick.
The Saints offense is so bad and so like just slow, just terrible to watch. Derek Carr had 14 completions behind the line of scrimmage. Alvin Kamara actually broke a record today.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the record?
If you're talking about his yardage.
Yeah, so he had 13 catches for 33 yards.
Yeah.
The previous lowest amount of yards on 13 catches was by a Bucs player, James Wilder, 1985. He had 71 yards. 33 yards on 13 catches is so hard to do. And that's not on Alvin Kamara. That's on the Bucs offense being very predictable. Derek Carr playing in a game where his shoulder's hurt. He can't throw the ball downfield. Everything is around the line of scrimmage. I don't understand it. I don't get why you played Derek Carr.
If you break it down, 13 catches for 30 yards is probably a huge waste of time.
Huge.
When you think of all the time that ticked off the clock, if it was like 13 incomplete passes, the Saints would have liked to have more time.
They ran out of time.
Probably wouldn't have done much with it, but yeah, huge waste of time. Waste of energy too if you're Kamara.
What did he have?
You catching all these balls and getting hit.
His longest was 10 yards. So that means he had 12 catches for 23 yards.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bad day.
Saints are a tough watch.
They are.
They're in my tough watch tier.
I think that they tried to like maintain the identity of Sean Payton after Sean Payton left, but you can't do all the shit Sean Payton does. He's the one that makes it work. It's like they like made a copy of a copy.
Yeah.
And that's what the offense is that we're watching right now. Whereas Sean Payton had all the crazy shit. He'd have people like lie down in the end zone to return kicks. He'd put dead rats in your locker. He was the way that I think Taysom Hill runs like 70% less angry now that Sean Payton's not the one telling him to run with the ball.
And it's, again, the Saints have a good defense. They've given up so far. This was the high that they gave up. They've given up 15 points, 17 points, 18 points, 26 points. Like they should, and they have weapons on offense. It's just, I don't know why you played Derek Carr. I'd much rather lose in a shootout with Jameis Winston throwing 3 interceptions than whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
That was gross.
Maybe we were all just a little bit ahead of ourselves saying that it's going to be the Saints division this year.
Yeah, it's not. It's the Bucs. It's the Bucs division.
I think you might be right.
Yeah. They're what, 3-1?
Yeah, the Falcons also could hang around.
The Falcons could hang around, but I feel like it's to be like last year where like the Falcons could hang around and then the Bucs still have I know it's not the Super Bowl team, but if you're a couple of years removed from a Super Bowl, you still got a bunch of guys.
They got guys that know how to win.
They got a bunch of guys that are pretty damn good, and their defense is pretty damn good. The defense is salty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last early game, again, the NFL fucked us so bad with the 9-3. Just so bad. Stop.
Remember, 6-4 next week.
6-4.
And Cowboys 9.
Well, next week we're going to be in New York sleeping on the ground, so 6-4 doesn't really help. Ravens 28, Browns 3. The good news is, well, there's good news, bad news. The bad news is I don't think DTR is good enough to play in the NFL. The good news is if he somehow can stick around, he is by far the funniest quarterback not named Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
He was so funny to watch play. He was doing shovel passes down the field. He was dropping the ball randomly. Every time he threw a long ball, it was like 10 yards away from anyone. I'm a DTR guy.
He looks like if you took the world's best athlete that has never played football and then had him start at quarterback in an NFL game.
Yeah.
Like he was doing crazy shit and he looked fun when he was running around there and he just throw the ball like 40 yards downfield to nobody. And it was cool to watch. But if you're a Browns fan, you're probably like, well, I guess we have our answer.
Right.
After the preseason, because he has some electric plays every now and again. He's a fun guy to watch. But there were some Browns fans that were like, maybe this is going to be like a great number 2 quarterback for us for a while. I think you might have your answer right now.
Yeah. So the Browns have a bye week next week because I was actually, and then they play the 49ers, so they'll probably lose that game. But Browns fans, you have to be just so exhausted just from this season because think about it. Huge week 1 win. Dominate the Bengals. Look awesome on defense. Week 2, you lose to the Steelers. Nick Chubb gets hurt. Like the highest of highs, the lowest of lows. Week 3, you go and then you dominate the Titans, and Deshaun Watson has his best game in a Browns uniform. Week 4, Deshaun Watson is not playing, and you get killed by the Ravens. They have had the most roller coaster season through 4 weeks that any team out there has had.
Yeah, and if you're a Browns fan now, Myles Garrett had like a walking boot on after the game.
No.
I don't know.
They do have a bye week.
They do have a bye week and get healthy. Njoku played today, which was good to see after. I don't know what happened at his house, but he had like a household incident.
It sounds like he tried to put out his fire with his face.
My guess is that it's the classic, you leave the gas burner on your outdoor grill, and then you don't light it immediately and you forget how long the gas has been going.
Yeah.
Hannah Storm had that happen to her too a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it'll fuck you up. It scares you when you get that like blast in your face. But he showed up to the game. The mask he was wearing when he was walking down the tunnel was terrifying.
Terrifying.
He looked like he was going to like capture and kill the Ninja Turtles. He looked like a comic book character. And they were saying, we're not sure if he's going to be able to play because he might not be able to put his helmet on. Then he played. He went out there and played. That's a tough motherfucker.
Tough motherfucker. The Ravens.
He also had, he had a great tweet about it. So he tweeted this out the night before the game when people didn't know if he was going to play. He said, "The flesh is weak. See you tomorrow." Hashtag dog pound.
Okay. The Ravens, by the way, this shocked me. Lamar Jackson, for the first time in his career, had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. That, if you'd asked me that, I would have been like, he's done that a million times.
Because I think with him, it's like some games he'll tear it up on the ground, other games he'll pass.
But you
got it together.
He was awesome today
because
the Browns defense very good. He loosened him up with his legs. He hit the pass he needed to hit. The running game got going. The Ravens are in control of the AFC North, like firmly in control. They're 3-1, and they have 2 division wins already. And we just finished September. Like the Ravens are looking good.
I feel like as long as the Ravens have Lamar and Mark Andrews, they'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, and also they've been very injured, and so you're expecting them to get some guys back. Like the Ravens are one of those teams I feel like people kind of sleep on a little bit because Patrick Mahomes is there and the Bills and everything. The Ravens are going to be there. I feel like they're going to be there.
Did you see Justin Tucker on the plane on the way back?
No.
So Marlon Humphrey was doing a Instagram live, and Justin Tucker was on the plane, and they asked him, like, what do you think about the game? How'd it go today? And he says, big team win. We walk into the trap. We take over the trap.
Ooh.
I don't think that there's ever been a whiter person than Justin Tucker that said those words.
Yeah.
Kicker, opera singer, being like, we walk into the trap, we take over the trap.
He's a trap queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. The Ravens are good, though. Ravens are good. And the Browns, I feel bad for Browns fans. It's been hell, roller coaster hell. Okay, let's take one last break, then we'll do the afternoon games. I think people want to listen to that. We have a conversation we have to have with our good friend Henry Lockwood about life in general. He's been waiting to talk to you. Before we do that, let's take a quick break.
Yeah, these games are being brought to you by our good friends at Pepperoni. It is Blake's first football season, and he stinks at gambling. He is 0-3. Oh, he's 0-2-1. No, 0-3-1. Whatever the one is tie, but he stinks at gambling. It's his first football season, but he does love Pepperoni. Pepperoni treats are Blake's favorite snack on game days. I actually gave him 2 pepperonis this morning. Pepperoni treats are delicious for dogs. They absolutely love them. He goes crazy over them. You can celebrate your favorite sports team with your BFF. That's your pup. Be your best friend's best friend with Pepperoni treats. Go to pepperoni.com. Find a bag near you. That's pupperoni.com. Check out pepperoni.com. Find a bag near you. They're great. Dogs love pepperoni. It's really like crack to them. They absolutely love this stuff. Blake can't get enough.
Okay. Cowboys 38, Patriots 3.
Henry.
Hey. Henry.
You were a Patriots fan, Hank.
Henry, you left the viewing area to watch it by yourself in the second half, so we didn't get to talk to you.
Well, it was the Hank Bowl.
It was the Hank Bowl. You did
Patriots
win.
And the Cowboys.
You won.
Congratulations on your Cowboys.
Thank you.
Hank.
Yep.
Mac Jones. Question mark?
Mac Jones is bad. Mac Jones is not the guy. Worst halftime deficit in Belichick's career, worst loss in his career. They looked hopeless. Defense got even more banged up. Doesn't even matter because Mac Jones can't do anything. And I think it's time to move on.
It's time. Or are you thinking,
so this is
like move on now to Zappy?
It can't hurt. It can't get worse. You can't get worse than the worst loss in Belichick's career.
well, you could do a worse loss in Belichick's career.
But I'd
Like
rather
a
do
new
that. I'd
worse.
rather do that with Zappy. Then it's like you really know it's time to move on.
Yeah.
But Mac Jones, it's time to go.
It's bad. He is not good.
No. I feel like he's gotten every chance to maybe be good.
Yeah, like I said,
I know last year was bad because they fucked him over, but he's not good.
No, when it happened, the Eagles game, they had a chance to win. You think a good or above average quarterback wins that game, they probably could win against the Dolphins. At least split one of those two games. A good or average or even slightly below average quarterback can maybe get it done. He couldn't. He's gotten worse. There's no hope. There's no excitement watching it. I have never felt like this before in my football fandom career, but like I'm now thinking tank. Like I don't even.
Wow. Oh man,
that's sad. Winning is.
Oh man,
you got to start. You got to start from scratch.
Yeah,
you want to get one of the best QBs in the league to start your franchise.
Yeah,
Mac
Jones.
I'm proud of you. Him.
I'm proud of you, Hank, because you were kind of forced into it because there was no way you were going to be able to spin this one and be like, I think he's still the guy. Yeah. But I'm proud that you finally got there.
It made it easier because we were going to have a hard talk with you, and you've kind of taken that away.
You realized it on your own.
You're like, I'm going to go get help before we could say, hey, Hank, you need help.
We were going to have an intervention. With key letters I and T.
I brought some stats. I didn't want to do that.
I'm sure you're going to tell him anyway.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to kick you when you're down.
You already said that they've never lost that badly. That's correct. Belichick has never lost by more than 31 points before today. This to me seems more concerning, though. There was a moment today where I was like, is Belichick just checked out? Has the game passed Bill Belichick by? When you have Mike McCarthy.
They already had a banged up defense, and then their two best defenders got injured in the game.
So the Cowboys are the first team to run a successful fake for a 2-point conversion ever since extra points were pushed back to the 15 in 2015.
I said that out loud when they showed. They pointed out I don't know who's calling the game. Was it Greg Olsen? Yeah. Pointed out that the Patriots looked like they were lined up to try to block a last-second field goal for an extra point, and the Cowboys just checked to their 2-point conversion play, and that felt like a moment where I was like, this doesn't happen to Belichick teams.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy's got to be feeling himself after that one.
Oh, yeah. Dan Quinn, too. That defense, the Cowboys' defense is back. I know they had I really do think the Cowboys just sleptwalk week 3. Nothing to take away from the Cardinals, but I think they went in there thinking that they had that game no matter what. And they still have some issues with, it feels like their red zone offense isn't the best, but yeah, Mac Jones and the Patriots are in trouble.
Yeah, big trouble. At least we play the Jets again.
Yeah, he did say that. I was like, you might be looking at a 3-win team, and Hank was like, well, we play the Jets again. I was like, good point. That is another win.
Yeah, but it's week 18 and Rodgers might be playing.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh. True. That's true.
Spoiler.
So, Hank, tell me more about your future plans here for the Patriots. You can use words on the podcast.
I think I don't know. I like I said, I'm not used to feeling like this. This is usually your guys' territory. Maybe you can help me out.
There we go.
It's weird to be like you don't want to root for your team to lose, but you don't think they're gonna compete for even a chance at the playoffs. So if you're in that mindset, why would you not want them to get as good of a draft pick as possible? But you don't want to say like, I'm gonna go into every game hoping they lose.
Yeah, you have to take the.
I would like to spoil and beat the division rivals and maybe ruin their seasons.
On Sundays, you got to hope for the best.
Other than that,
on Sundays, you got to root for your guys. And then the rest of the week, that's when Rational Hank takes over. It's like, it's actually good that we lost last week.
Right. It's basically all week you're like, it's fine. And then when the ball gets kicked off, you're like, let's win this game. And then as soon as you lose, you're like, it's fine. I can give you a whole playbook.
Yeah, I get down with that.
Max did bring up a hypothetical when you were sitting off by yourself, not around us. And it's kind of scary because, Max, you want to say it?
I probably will fuck up the wording of this.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. If there was one franchise that you wouldn't want to be a fan of in this room going forward, who would it be?
The Bears.
We have the 1 and 2 pick.
Yes.
And Caleb Williams
You have the worst ownership in the history
Okay,
of
but
sports
Virginia
franchises.
McCaskey will maybe die at some point. She is like 103. I don't want her to die.
Unless she wants to.
If it's her wish to die, I will not stop her wish.
If this season doesn't kill her, she's never going to die.
Oh, she's seen some bad teams. We have the 1 and 2 pick. That's the scary part is it's not as crazy as it on paper.
Your field stadium is a shithole.
Going to go to Arlington Heights.
No state-of-the-art
dome.
structures.
New dome.
But yeah, it's the Bears. I mean, that's.
But think about this, Hank.
1 and 2 pick.
Probably a 33% chance that the Bears have Caleb Williams next year. Maybe higher than that.
And a new coach. And possibly in the future, a new ownership in Arlington Heights.
Like, where does the Patriots franchise go from here? They don't have a good roster.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying the fact that it's even maybe possibly a debate is scary for you.
The roster's not bad. They're just banged. Like their defense is it's all backups.
What about their offense?
Offense has good players, but obviously
Where?
in the NFL, Zeke Elliott,
Bad.
all pro. Juju Smith-Schuster.
If you're in a guy off and your second guy is Juju, you
Yeah.
lost.
Hunter Henry.
Oof.
Hunter's not bad. Chandler Jones. Or not Chandler Jones.
No.
I didn't mean to bring him up. Judon is who I meant to say.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Torn bicep.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they're bad. It's bad. It's there's no fun for me on Sundays. Like I don't look forward to Sundays. I don't look forward to watching them and then doing the show after. I hate to say it, but it's true.
Oh man.
And
think of the
I
good
just
times, though, Nick.
thankfully I have good times. That really is
Right.
all it
You-
is.
you
It's
do
part
have-
it's part of getting old. It's just like, damn, it's never gonna be,
You wish you knew it was the good old days when you were in the good old days.
yeah.
You have the best spank bank of material to think back on. It's
Right.
true. You really do.
Right.
It's true.
You're like Leonardo DiCaprio when he turns like 85. At the end of the day, he might die alone, but he's still gonna have like 40 years of getting it in.
And maybe Belichick takes this whole season. He's like, "What the fuck? I'm the best coach of all time. I gotta figure this out. I gotta get us out of this hole. Redemption arc."
But if he's smart, he'll tank.
Right. Do you?
But I don't know if he doesn't do that.
This is what is concerning me, Hank, because old Hank, back when you believed in your team, you would already be convinced that he's doing the best job of tanking right now to try to get Caleb Williams.
I just don't think he's built to tank. Like that's just
No.
not how he's wired.
No. All right. Here you go, Hank. Saints Raiders. Those are 2 winnable games coming up. Saints at home, Lighthouse.
Yep.
Never
Show
won.
ponies. Where's the beef?
Never won in front of the lighthouse.
So if you
last
win
time they
those
played
2
the Saints.
games, where are you going to be at? Because those are winnable games. You might be favored in both those games. You would be 3-3. Whoa. You'd be 3-3.
Yeah, but it's just the you watch the Bills and the Dolphins play, and they're on another level.
Yeah. That's a tough realization you're going to come to, where you watch other football and you're like, I wish I had that football.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
And as someone who's watched great teams for a long time, you know the difference.
yeah.
And like we're not there.
Would you say
You know what those fans are feeling, and it sucks not feeling that yourself anymore.
Would you say Brady won the divorce?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Are you a bigger Brady fan or Pats fan?
Equal. Pats. But it's not. It's 1-2. That's an impossible question. It's like naming your favorite children.
My daughter. Easily.
I think
Easily.
Hank's realized that he's really more of a Brady fan than he is a Pats fan.
That's just not true. But it's just Brady again. It was 20 years of Brady, and it's been a couple of the non-Brady Patriots. I'm still getting used to it.
Your shirt looks awesome.
Thank you, BFT.
Yeah, you're welcome, Hank.
What last question, Hank? Where do you think Kraft and Belichick are at? I feel like that. No,
In terms of what?
like, do you think that Kraft, if the Patriots win 4 games this year, do you think Kraft's going to be like, "What the fuck, dude?
No.
Not getting younger." So you don't buy into any of the little like tiny bit of tension going on?
No.
Okay.
Because it's you have the greatest coach of all time, or it's like I'm going to get rid of him and then start. Like that would be way more work for him.
They got rid of Tom Landry at one point.
If they bring another coach in after Belichick's going to show up for work, and then he's going to walk into the meeting room, and the new coach is going to see Belichick walk in and be like, "Yeah, you're right, it's your team."
Yeah.
And just walk.
Here, you
They
take
can't-
this.
He's unfireable.
It's so much work and pressure if you get rid of Belichick that I don't like. Who would want to
Every
bear
every person ever who takes all these jobs because there's only 32 of them?
No, I'm saying for Kraft.
Oh.
Like, he lives a good life.
Oh.
It's easy for him to be like, yeah, I have Bill Belichick. It's not going good, but I trust Bill Belichick. If he then gets rid of Bill Belichick and then they're bad, it's like, why the fuck did you get rid of Bill Belichick?
Yeah.
I don't like seeing you this sad.
It is what it is. You do. That's a lie.
No, I actually
That's a
don't.
lie.
You're sadder than I thought you'd be.
I
thought you'd put up a little bit of a fight, and I don't like you seeing this. I don't like seeing you this defeated.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to be said. There's nothing. You can't watch that game and think anything positive, I don't think.
You can spin yourself and be like, the Cowboys are the best team in the NFL.
Cowboys are very good.
Your Cowboys.
My Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. Future?
No future yet. Only future I have right now is the Commanders to win the NFC.
Thank you.
Because of fucking you guys pranking Schefter.
Oh, yeah. No, it was Schefter.
Oh, Schefter pranking you guys.
Got a good price on
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah. And Anthony Richardson, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
Okay. Those are two good futures.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You do have two futures. You haven't
Yeah.
lost them yet.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
They're both alive.
Think about it that way.
Yeah.
Hank, I do want to see you. I'm a little upset that you're like so down in the dumps. When the game was happening and you just walked off the stream, you went over to watch it by yourself in the other room. I walked.
The stream
behind
was
Hank.
over.
I walked behind.
You
Hank.
ended the stream.
I walked behind him as he was watching the game, and he was somberly, depressedly just looking at Instagram pictures of hot chicks on his computer.
That's great.
It was great.
That's good coping.
I was like, this is
Better than watching
Look
the
at
game.
some,
It's
dude,
better
listen,
than watching
when
the
shit
game.
gets bad,
Yeah.
look at some big titties. You'll feel better. That's a fact.
Hank, you know what? I'm gonna just Google just big boobs.
Yeah.
And then you'll feel better.
Instantly
all right?
changes your mood.
Big boobs.
Just looking at some
Image.
big
image search.
knockers.
Hank, look at these.
That's lovely.
Feel better?
Yeah.
All right. I like seeing you smiling.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Come on, Hank. Come
Look
on,
at
Hank.
these.
I personally,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those are huge tits. Hank, I got some tits for you.
I love to see Hank's pain right now. It feels.
Oh, Hank, you want me to buy you an 8.5 by 11 print of this picture?
That's all right.
What do you think about Max saying that, Hank?
I mean, Max knows what's coming in the spring and summer, so
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Celt season.
That
Yeah.
is true.
That's why I like to. That's why I like to see it.
You did say trade Embiid today.
yeah.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about
I'll
that.
talk to Josh about it on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, Hank. Well, look at this one, Hank. Look at this. Look at. I just started following
Oh, that's
her.
good.
Yeah, she got huge tits.
nice.
See that? Look at those. Nice sundress. Just fucking enormous knockers.
Yeah, Hank was just sitting there on his laptop.
You want her at?
Sure.
Yeah, I just started following her. It's fucking great content. All she does is post her tits.
You know you're horny when you're pulling up big tit pictures from Instagram on your laptop. You have to go
I
through
was just
several
scrolling
steps to
on my
get there.
laptop. I was just scrolling on my laptop.
Yeah, you're just scrolling. Oh, dude, look at this one. Yeah, she's fucking really hot. Oh, yeah. She got a nice face, too.
Double tap.
Yeah, double tap. I don't care. You think I give a fuck? Listen, the best thing that ever happened to me was when we used to have to do Guess That Ass back in the day, in the real smut days. And I was like, yeah, it's work. I follow these women for work. What do you want me to do? We want to keep the lights on? Ass and titties pay the bills. That's a fact. It makes the world go round. What do you got? Oh, nice.
Memes is
Thank
just
you.
showing more boobies.
Yeah, this is a good way to get the guys back up. Yeah,
I feel great.
We should just start looking at porn while we do this show. Just start watching porn on the big screen behind memes. People are like, why are they getting distracted? All right. Last two games. Chargers, Raiders. Justin Herbert, fucking dog.
Dog.
Broke his hand, maybe?
Dog.
Broke his hand?
His coach had his back, too.
Yeah.
On that hit. Brandon Staley was like the first one over when he got hit on the sidelines. Like he was going to do something about it. I actually think there should be a rule where in the 1 second after your quarterback gets hit out of bounds late, if it's on your own sideline, people that are next to him can do whatever they want to him for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
As long as if it's not a penalty, then you get penalized for it.
Yeah.
But if the flag's coming out, you should just get like one shot in them.
Hilariously late hit. Insanely late hit by the Raiders. And the Chargers almost charged this game.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to give it away every which way. Aiden O'Connell making his first start, Purdue legend. I do have a problem. Great mustache, by the way. I know that Derek Carr isn't a Hall of Famer, but I do have a problem. You can't wear number 4. Right after Derek Carr left, you have to give a grace period because my eyes can't figure it out. I actually thought for a second they were showing a replay. And I was like, is this an old game or a new game or is it what's going on here? Why is number 4 in here?
He's the same body type kind of.
Yeah, you can't do that. And then Khalil Mack. He showed up, 6 sacks.
Yeah.
Maybe Bosa was the reason why Khalil Mack wasn't playing well because Bosa wasn't there.
Without a doubt, this was the best Chargers' best defensive game.
Khalil Mack also just like he looks so intimidating. Because he's got those arm muscles that he doesn't have to flex, and it's just pop. Like he looks like he's flexing. Yeah. He is such a monster.
I have a problem with what Josh McDaniels said after this game, and we can go over some Josh McDaniels stats in a little bit.
Not an analytics guy.
After the game, they talked to him about Aiden O'Connell, and he said playing quarterback in our league starts with taking care of the football. I don't think Josh McDaniels should get to say our league.
Yeah,
I don't think he speaks for football.
Well, he's from Canton
as a whole. He is from Canton.
Yeah, remember every time he's involved in a Hall of Fame game?
He hasn't reached our league.
Okay,
you can't say our league if your record as a head coach is 18-30.
Oof.
And 6 of those wins are when they was cheating.
Yeah,
when they were cheating on the Broncos, they start out 6-0. If you take those out, he's 12-30 as a head coach, and he's our leaguing it.
Also, Aiden O'Connell, like it's not his fault. He's first start.
Yeah.
Didn't have, like, he was going up against Khalil Mack, who decided that he was going to just be vintage Khalil Mack and just wreck everything. It's your fault, Josh McDaniels. You got a fat face, dude.
Yeah.
He does. He's got
dumb.
a fat face.
And for being an offensive genius, he's really dumb.
Yeah, you're a dumb guy, fat face.
Devontae Adams. After the game, Devontae Adams.
Josh McDaniels probably not coming on Pardon My Take.
Said that he didn't think he would be able to go back into the game, but he had to nut it up. So Devontae Adams nutted it up. And that was probably the only bright side for a Raiders fan today. Even though you almost won. Like you could have won at the end. You found your way to like make the Chargers get to a point where was it JC Jackson? Like he took a knee, almost got the ball back. You could have won the game, but still good news if you're a Chargers fan because the first half, at least offensively for the Chargers, was great today.
Yeah, and Justin Herbert throwing that third and long to ice the game. That was awesome.
Yeah.
What a sick throw. Most teams just run it. They're like, fuck it, let's let Justin Herbert. Chargers 2-2 now.
Yeah.
Coming right in the ship. Also, I saw a video. I think we need a new rule. You'll never believe this, PFT, but there was a fight in the stands between Chargers and Raiders fans. This one Chargers fan, he's actually looked a little bit like Lenny Balls, and he knocked the fuck out of this Raiders fan who was wearing a Howie Long jersey. You can't, Howie Long should be able to sue.
Yeah.
You can't wear a Legends jersey and get knocked out.
Yeah, that's a tough.
It should not be allowed.
It's a bad look. But spin zone for Raiders fans, there was a guy on the Raiders that was just openly doing cocaine in the stands.
Oh, nice.
That went viral too. This guy was just shoveling keys into his nose.
Love that.
In his seat.
I gotta watch
while
that.
people were all around him filming him, and he was like, "Let's go Raiders." That was a good look for the Raiders fans.
I'll send you guys Glenny Ball's knockout. It was Howie Long. He should be allowed to sue because it definitely hurts your you just can't have that.
What do you think the toughest jerseys are? Like the guys that you would not want to get into a fight with? I would not fuck with anybody wearing an Aaron Hernandez jersey.
No, probably not a Michael Vick Falcons jersey.
Yeah,
because that's
the black one.
Yeah, and you gotta you're saying something with it. So you can't watch that fight video. And he actually the Chargers guy he knocked him out twice. And everyone was like, dude, stop. He's like, what do you want me to do? He keeps coming at me. That's how good of a fighter he was. He was just throwing cement hands.
Yeah, good punch.
Yeah, really good punch. And so, I guess Chargers are kind of back on track. Who is doing coke?
A Raiders fan.
Okay.
Raiders fan.
That's allowed.
Cocaine.
That's definitely allowed. Raiders cocaine. Oh, it's just other guys showing up. Okay. Should we finish off with the Niners Cardinals?
Let's do it.
Oh, wait. Stephen Shea put up a poll. Who would you rather have your starting quarterback the rest of the season, Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? Would you like me to vote Mac Jones?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did too.
Okay. And 73% said Zach Wilson.
Recency bias.
Recency bias.
That's true.
I mean, he fumbled the fucking snap on
That
it.
is
That's a very good use of recency bias.
Before
Hank.
today, it's probably flipped.
Yeah.
70
Zach Wilson
the other
blew the
way.
game. He could have won it. He fucking fumbled a snap.
I just sent the Raiders fan doing coke. It's a must watch.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's having a great time.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, that's a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got good seats too.
Yeah. Dude, that's a great Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, so as bad as that other visual was for Raiders fans, I feel like Raiders fans might be back on track with the coke guy.
Yeah. Yeah. You go to a bar after, keep the party going. You don't even know that your team lost.
Yeah.
It's great. All right. Niners 35, Cardinals 16. Christian McCaffrey is out of this world good.
So, Big Cat, I was thinking about it today. I think Christian McCaffrey should be the MVP.
Yeah, I'd agree. He had 4 touchdowns today.
Could we have a running back that's
Yeah.
the MVP of the league?
Yeah.
He's on pace for nearly 2,000 yards, and then he'd be on pace for 25 touchdowns, 600 yards receiving, and about 5 touchdowns receiving.
He scored 13 straight games touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I think he should be MVP.
There's 16
Right
and
now.
1 in the regular season with Christian McCaffrey.
If the Saturday before the Super Bowl was today, Christian McCaffrey would win MVP.
Yeah. Christian McCaffrey is so fucking good. He runs so, like, every time he has the ball, you're like, all right, here comes another 20 yards. No problem. Brock Purdy was phenomenal, 20 for 21. And here's a fun, this is how good the Niners are. Couple stories from this game. The Niners are so good, they won by 19 points. And Deebo Samuel and George Kittle combined for 1 catch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Brandon Ayuk was incredible. The Niners are so good. The Cardinals actually made this a 5-point game, and it was like, oh, what's going on here? Obviously, that didn't finish that way. The Cardinals or the Niners just shut them down the rest of the game, scored a couple more times, won by 19. But the Niners are so good. The Cardinals made a 5-point game. They went for 2. The Niners had 10 guys on defense and stopped it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty fucking cool.
I think if the 49ers played with 10 guys on defense for every play this season, they would probably still be undefeated.
Yeah, they're an absolute machine. And I know Max did bring up that they haven't played anyone, but we'll find out on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
It's going to be great. A great Sunday night matchup.
Yeah, Cowboys versus Niners might be. I might do another nuclear missile whale play.
I think we should move Brock Purdy into the actually good category now.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's actually good.
I agree. I've nitpicked, but you can't.
You
there's
had a lot
nothing you can do.
You had a lot of film to unlearn on Brock Purdy.
Well, it's also like it's more. His team is so good, and you try to look. You do it with every team. You're like, all right, well, what's their fatal flaw? And you're like, oh, Brock Purdy, like he is missing something. No, he's just a really good quarterback.
He's good. He's actually good.
You want to? He's a top 10 quarterback.
Let's rank him. You want to rank him?
He's a top 10 quarterback.
Okay, in no particular order. Josh Allen.
This year,
Josh Allen. I'd still put Mahomes up there.
Yeah.
Even though he's played kind of shittily. Lamar.
Yep.
Justin Herbert's looked pretty good this year. Tua's looked great.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen. Kind of got to give it up for Dak, maybe.
No.
Top 10?
No, we don't.
Okay, we don't.
Jared Goff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Jared. Kirk, maybe.
Brock versus Kirk. I think Brock younger,
Yeah, I would take
more
Brock.
mobile.
I would
He
take
can make
Brock.
more plays off script.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt Stafford's in there.
Matt Stafford's in there for sure.
Anthony Richardson.
No.
When healthy.
Who are we missing? I think he's a top 10 quarterback. Who are we missing?
Sam Howell.
Tua.
No, I said
You said
Tua.
Tua.
I said Tua.
Baker, Geno Smith.
No, I'd take Brock over those guys.
Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Trevor
Yeah.
Lawrence, but I think we just named 9 or 10. Brock is in there.
Is Brock Purdy elite?
Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah.
Say it. Everyone say it with their chest.
good.
Stafford.
We said Stafford.
Stafford.
We might have
Okay,
said like
missed a
11
couple.
or 12 at this point, but that's fine. But
We're
yeah,
just naming names and then debating. I think he is.
I think he is.
You can't ask Brock Purdy to do anything more than what he's done.
Yeah, and I mean obviously Joe Burrow, but you can't put him in there right now.
Yeah.
With his injury. Yeah, I think he is. I think Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback in the National Football League in
How about that?
2023.
How about
that?
As of right now.
As of right now,
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel confident in saying this as of right now.
Yeah.
I don't think we missed anyone blatant. There's probably someone very blatant we've missed. There's someone very blatant we've missed. Who?
No.
I don't think we missed anyone blatant. What? Did we miss someone blatant? Yeah, we fucking crushed that list.
I think that's a solid final list.
We said Burrow, but he's not in there. All right, ready?
Okay.
Cleaning it up. Lamar, Justin Herbert, Tua, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jared Goff,
Matt Stafford,
Jalen Hurts,
Brock Purdy,
maybe Dak,
Trevor Lawrence.
And Goff.
No, I already said Goff.
Said Goff?
Yeah. That's the 10. We did it. Put out the list, memes. Put out the list. Maybe order it the same way I said it. That will piss people off so much. Yeah, he's a top 10 quarterback. Well, I can write it down for you after memes. All right, let's get to who's back of the week. Finishing up the show, it is the Rowback question. Go to rowback.com, RHOBACK.com. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, everything, rowback.com. I'm wearing the joggers right now. I love the joggers so much. I wear them all the time. Rowback.com, promo code TAKE. Do it, 20% off. Who's back of the week? Hank.
Who's back of the week is the Boston Celtics.
Congrats, Hank.
Thank you. Not every team in the city can be good all the time. Celtics got...
We have.
I know, but...
Boston has done that a lot.
It's true. But the Celtics today acquired Jrue Holiday. They lost Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon. But they went
Anything
from...
else?
Now they're the first round pick in like 2073.
Okay.
And they're back to being the favorite to win the NBA championship.
Is that?
They're the
a
favorites?
fact? I mean, I do think that I said to you, it was funny because Hank was in sleep shifts because of the Ryder Cup. And you woke up, which actually is my worst nightmare. You said you woke up 3 minutes before kickoff.
It was 11:55, and then I woke up to the news, so I was processing that. By the time I processed it, the game started.
Oh, man, that's brutal. So, yeah, I said to you, like, he's better than Marcus Smart. That's a great – I know you gave up some stuff. That's a pretty fucking good team right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's an elite defensive backcourt with him and Derek White. He's a great point guard. Tatum, Brown. It's going to be exciting. Porzingis.
Yeah.
Al.
Great spacing.
Are you a little sad to let go of Robert Williams? I feel like you lost two heart and souls.
Brogdon wasn't around long enough.
Marcus Smart.
Yeah, Marcus Smart and Robert Williams were definitely heart and souls. They were definitely, I mean, they both, drafted by the Celtics, embrace everything. We're great teammates, great role players, great defenders. Super exciting to watch. Obviously had injury issues, so that, I wish him all the best. I'm excited to see him, continue to play. But getting Jrue Holiday, like it makes your team that much better. So it is what, at least they got something back.
So Hank, you are currently tied with the Bucs for being the favorites.
Well, the Bucs were the favorites, and now we're tied.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that.
And the Blazers kind of made
And
out
I don't know
well.
if the Bucs, like, you think the Bucs would have traded him if they knew the Celtics were going to get him?
To get Dame?
Yeah, to get Dame.
Yes.
But they probably wouldn't want to trade him to the Celtics. They're probably
No.
pissed off that he's on the Celtics.
But the Bucks or the Blazers made out pretty well. I feel like they have a pretty decent team now. They probably still should have just traded Tyler Hero for him, like everyone from Miami was telling us for 3 months.
Yeah.
That probably was the better trade.
No, like the Blazers GM deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah.
He actually got a bunch of good players and a bunch of draft picks.
Turns out you don't have to just do whatever the player tells you.
Yeah.
It's kind of refreshing that Damian Lillard saying he wanted to go to the Miami Heat. You're like, hey, that's actually not what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who calls the shots here.
I don't know if it's refreshing, but it's a reality check.
Yeah, no, I think it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing that a team wasn't held hostage by their star.
Well, we don't know. Dame might not play.
That's true.
Because he said he wasn't going to play for any team besides the Heat.
That's true. As it pertains to the Eastern Conference, our boy Max over here is pretty down. He said he wants to trade Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
I've thought about that more, and it's not that I want to trade Embiid, but if we were to get like
what's a great offer? Because you are literally just trying to restart the process.
Correct.
That's so depressing.
Well, I mean, look at the Sixers right now.
He just won an MVP. Are you
I get
saying?
it.
Are you saying the MVP maybe wasn't? It was kind of a fraudulent MVP.
No, I'm
because
saying
I don't know if there's anyone.
saying
Everyone's traded the
wrong.
MVP.
Wrong. I'm saying that in the NBA, you need a lot of things to happen for your team to win a title.
Yeah.
And the Sixers are nowhere near that right now. They aren't.
But you would think
They're
that you would
worse
be
than
able
they
to
are.
build around the MVP.
But
MVP,
but
you're
not
saying
able
the
to build.
MVP of the NBA.
But
I
the
think
way
you think
the
it might
team-
be a fraudulent MVP.
But the way the team is constructed, you can't bring anybody else in. Like we've gone all in. We went all in 4 years
With
ago,
James
and now
Harden?
James Harden, refuses to play for the 76ers. So, and there is no one to go out and get.
Maxey, you can trade Maxey.
I want to build around Maxey.
He's not the MVP.
I get that, but he's younger, and the things that you can get for Joel. Listen, Embiid will be on the Sixers this year, and I am going to ride or die with my guy Embiid because he is my guy,
And he learned how to fall.
But he's always known how to fall.
No, he learned how to fall better.
No, he always has known how to fall. He's a great faller. But my thought changed from like after today. The Bucs got a lot better. The Celtics got a lot better. Both of those teams were already better than the Sixers, and the Sixers got worse. Like Harden is not going to play. Like
You're
the Sixers
giving
are
up.
worse than they were last year.
You're giving up.
I am
The
not
fight
giving
is
up.
coming to you, and you're
I am
giving
not
up.
giving
Quit.
up.
Yes, you are.
I
You're
am not
quitting
giving
before
up.
the season
But
starts.
if that did happen, I wouldn't be like devastated. It would make sense to me.
Max, they play the games for a reason.
I get it.
I don't think you get it.
I do get it. I do get it.
You said earlier today, I want to trade Joel Embiid.
I don't want to. I would understand if they did.
Restarting the process wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. The process worked.
Well, it'll be a
The
different
results,
process.
the results of the process did not work.
It would be a different process because you would get a haul right now, and you would still have a young, like rising superstar.
Superstar.
You think Maxey
rising
superstar.
Yes.
What do you think about this, Hank? He's pretty down. He's down bad.
Yeah, I mean that's some serious copium going on.
Ooh,
He's the MVP of the
hits you
league.
with the
You should
copium.
be able to, win championships with an MVP. That's pretty much the formula.
That's true.
That is
like
It's a
get an
superstar
MVP and then win a title.
Yeah.
It takes more than that. You need a complete team.
Or a coach with championship experience.
Nick Nurse.
Oh wait, you had that.
Yeah, you do have it.
No,
That's a good
now-
point, Hank.
Nick Nurse.
You have a great coach and you have the MVP and you're writing the team off.
And Pat Bev.
Love Pat Bev.
Mhm.
I also want Pat Bev in my rebuild.
You want
Oh, so you're already rebuilding.
No, but in my hypothetical rebuild, I'm keeping Pat Bev as well.
Okay, so I'm looking at MVPs. There's some that obviously don't win titles. Steve Nash, Derrick Rose, Russ, but pretty much all of them.
Allen
win.
Iverson.
No. Okay, so Joel Embiid won, then Jokic twice, then Giannis, and James Harden. So you have two MVPs.
Wow.
You have two MVPs.
And the future MVP.
James
in
Harden's
that.
not on the Sixers anymore.
You have two MVPs.
James Harden is a man in the past.
Did you see his party that he had when he was at the club and he had the girls come out carrying the drinks with a sign on it that said Daryl Morey is a big fat liar?
Not fat. Big Cat added that.
Yeah, I did add that.
I heard big
I
fat liar.
editorialized
Yeah.
that. Okay. Congrats, Hank.
Thank you.
You feel good?
I'm excited. Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
You got something to look forward to.
You gonna be on the wood?
Hopefully.
Get some wood time this year.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, PFT, you're who's back?
My who's back of the week is Europe.
Yeah.
Those fucking Europeans won the Ryder Cup, and the entire tournament was over basically after the first round of matches. I woke up on Friday morning. I was like, oh, I think we just lost the Ryder Cup. It was tough. Max played really well, though.
Max was Captain America.
He had some great chip-ins, great putts.
Made the biggest putt in the fucking,
He extended it by like an hour.
yeah.
And he had a great finger point, too, when he pointed at the Europeans. It is bullshit that they get an entire continent, and we just get America.
Agreed.
They have to team up. They have the United Nations on their team, and we're just one. We're an army of one. This sounds like loser talk. It probably is, but I'm moving forward to Bethpage.
Yeah.
We're gonna
it's
coming
dominate
home.
that.
The
It's
New York
coming home.
crowd's gonna be rowdy.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to fuck them up.
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
gonna go.
The whole thing, the whole Ryder Cup, though, was such great. controversy. We had Hatgate on Saturday. Patrick Cantley didn't wear the hat. How do you not wear the hat?
He thought he was bigger than the hat, the fucking hat.
Well,
no one's bigger than the hat.
The best thing is every single 4 years, we all fall for it every time, where the U.S. goes over to Europe, loses the Ryder Cup, and then European journalists write stories being like, the U.S. team hates each other. They're all at each other's throats. And we all fucking just buy it.
It's the
like
same
it was
thing.
all like a made up Hatgate, all this shit. It was great too. The Patrick Cantley was like, the hat didn't fit. Then his dad, who's his agent, came out and was like, well, he's getting married soon. He didn't want the burn lines. So it was like all these excuses. But yeah, we just bought it. The European press just did it to us again.
That's what they love to do. They do this every time. Like if France gets bounced out of the World Cup, there'll be 100 articles about how like the team was destroyed from within like 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And they feast on that stuff. I still think that there's something to the hat.
Yeah.
Just wear the hat.
Yeah, you got to wear the hat.
Got to wear the hat. And
you have to wear the hat.
some people were saying it was out of protest that the Ryder Cup players don't get paid for it. We are on team golfers. We say pay the golfers. Pay the golfers. You're exploiting them Ryder Cup.
They should only pay if they win.
If they win, yeah.
They also do get paid a little bit because they get a charity, $200,000 for charity, and also 20% of the proceeds go to the PGA Tour purse.
Okay.
So they get paid a little bit.
Not Brooks.
Brooks gets that was part of the European press, was throwing this out there. I don't know if it's true or not. Probably true because Brooks makes money moves. Apparently, there might be a stipulation in his contract with LIV that if he makes a Ryder Cup team, he gets a $5 million bonus.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that was
good for Brooks.
But that also could have been a made up thing that like this is why they're mad.
Yeah, I still think there's something to Hatgate.
Yeah,
wear the fucking hat.
Brooks did well on. He did bad on Saturday. Saturday was Scotty Scheffler crying was a tough look.
Yeah,
tough look.
It was the worst loss in like Ryder Cup history.
Yeah, it was. But then Brooks dominated today.
We had a caddy fight.
Yeah, Joe LaCava.
Yeah, he got into it with Rory.
Yeah, Rory's
a bitch.
I don't like Rory.
He's
I
a
know
bitch.
that everyone fucking loves him. I don't like him. I'm sorry. I don't like Rory.
He acted like a bitch.
Yeah, I don't like him. I know he's an incredible golfer. Seems like a great guy. I personally do not like him.
Well, just the idea of finding a golfer and then actively like cheering for one guy is very funny to me.
Yeah.
It's like a race car driver that you start to cheer for. It's like, I fucking love Marty Truex, man.
Yeah.
He's my guy, just a big Marty guy. It's very strange to like just pick a guy, and now I'm a Rory guy. I'm going to defend everything Rory does. When a caddy steps behind him on the green and Rory loses his shit in the parking lot afterwards, I have to now pretend like I'm on Rory's side for the argument. It was weird. The whole caddy thing was very strange.
It's also just like makes you whenever we have international competitions like that, I become so like blind with patriotic rage.
It's great. That's
I
what
just want to fight these guys. I want to be like, fuck you, Rory. I'll fucking fight you, dude.
That's what I love about international sports, like international soccer. Even if it's like the Olympics and it's the American basketball team, it gives you a nice excuse to be like over the top, patriotic, terrified of
casually
other countries.
xenophobic.
Very I wouldn't say casually,
Yeah,
aggressively xenophobic.
Yeah.
Victor Hovland is awesome too.
So good. I like him. I like Victor Hovland.
He's cool.
Do. He's also just out of this world good right now.
Yeah. Even though he did chip on the green, which was very disrespectful to the course, to the game.
But yeah, it was Ryder Cup. They should play it every year. One rule change. They need to do it like the President's Cup. The Sunday pairings is random in the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Change that. How do you not have Patrick Cantley versus Rory leading off the Sunday pairings? Like, that would be so fucking great to watch.
Yeah.
All the rivalries, just give them all to us. It's so dumb they do them random.
We should also get Team America. So it should be all the Americas, North and South America.
Yeah.
That one guy that checks the wind by smoking cigarettes.
Yep.
Who's that guy?
Hernandez? Olazabal?
No. I think he's Spanish.
Olazabal,
Spanish.
I think he's Argentinian.
Was it Hernandez? No, it's Angel. It's not Angel Hernandez. That's the MLB umpire. No, that's Olazabal, Jake.
Where's Olazabal from?
Spain.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jake, look up
Mike Weir.
Look up South.
We get Mike Weir.
South American golfer
Cabrera.
Angel Cabrera.
We get Mike Weir as well.
Mm-hmm. And we also get the guy Affy Barnrett that vapes and wears Yeezys.
Mm-hmm. And
Now
throw
we're back.
in Siwoo Kim.
Yeah, now we're back.
Or no, Sung J M.
Both of them.
Yeah. They actually just played to not have to go to military.
And they
They
won.
had to play the Pan-Asian games.
Uh-huh.
And if they didn't get a gold medal, they had to go to military service.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Shout out them. That's fucking pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, fuck Europe. Also, Zach Johnson, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that you can always blame.
I don't really know why to blame you, but he's got to go.
You can blame the captain.
Captain's picks 4-12.
Yeah.
4-12-1.
What?
It was 6 players win by points and 6 players are picked by the captains, and the 6 captains' picks went 4-12-1.
Oh,
So he made bad picks.
Yeah, and he made bad picks and he made bad pairings.
So we should have had Dustin. Dustin changes this whole
Bryson.
thing.
Bryson. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could coach a Ryder Cup team to victory. I know that might be crazy. Like I don't know a lot. I am 1-0.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about golf, but I feel like I would be a vibes guy. Like I'll tell you one thing. Patrick Cantley would be wearing the hat
Yep.
if I was the Ryder Cup coach.
You don't want to wear the hat, you can go home.
Yeah, you
Easy choice.
Yeah.
That was his choice to go home.
sit on the
because he didn't
sidelines.
Wear the hat.
Yeah, we play with a hat.
What about all right?
Keegan,
This is
4-12-4.
This is
Yeah,
gonna-
Keegan is a fucking Ryder Cup killer.
This is going to sound stupid, but I think that there's some truth to it. I feel like John Daly would be awesome on the Ryder Cup.
As a captain?
No, as a player,
Oh,
because he would get to unleash his like inner American redneck.
but we are trying to win.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he would if he knew that it was for the Stars and Stripes.
That's
John
true.
Daly shows up.
Shouldn't Tiger just be the coach?
I think
Captain?
Tiger doesn't. There's something about he doesn't want to do it.
If Charlie was on the team,
I feel like he might later, way later.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised Coach K hasn't tried to do it. That's something he absolutely will try to do.
He's only-
been like, let me fix the Ryder Cup team.
he's going to do it in
Yeah.
2 years. If like John Rahm has a broken leg
Yeah,
and Victor Hovland
Yeah.
is like getting married that week, and
yeah.
can't be there.
He's gonna fucking definitely try to get into it. I'm gonna get into golf. I can coach this team. All right, my who's back is playoff baseball. We're back this week. Cubs didn't make it. We talked about that on Friday or Wednesday or whatever day.
Well, they just got officially eliminated.
Yeah, they got officially eliminated. Phillies are in, and that's it from this podcast.
All right, congrats, Max.
Yeah.
Let's go, Phils.
Your Orioles.
My Orioles future. I will
I'll
be rooting for the Orioles.
Same.
I'll be rooting hard for the Orioles, 35-1.
Well, Jake's Fisher in.
Yeah, my hometown Fish.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have 2 baseball teams.
I mean, it's
Your
my
tweet was
hometown
a little
team.
confusing.
but you're a Yankees fan.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
like the only
Yankee fan.
team
I grew
you
up
care
in South
about.
Florida. I grew up
you're not, you can't like.
I grew up rooting for both, but ever
Okay.
since I left South Florida after high school, I haven't really followed.
But you
the
had
Marlins.
Derek Jeter in your, yeah.
Yeah.
You like Derek Jeter's your hero.
Yeah,
Who the Fish playing?
Phillies.
Oh.
Let's go Fish.
Yeah, this is going to piss you off.
Everybody's
everybody's doing the
That's
fish.
really
I
gonna
like
piss
this.
me off.
Everybody's
piss you
doing the
off.
fish.
That's what their song was.
I'm also rooting for Dan Heron's Diamondbacks.
Okay. Yeah.
He did
that's
invite
fair.
us to a game if we want to go.
in Arizona.
No, in Milwaukee.
Oh, that's
I know.
so far away.
Wednesday would probably be the only day. We'll discuss it. I think it's probably a no, but I said I was like, let me check my schedule.
If I get to do the slide, the one where all the reporters like break their arms on, I'll go if I can do the slide.
I think I'm going to decide if they win the first game. I would like to go laugh at the Brewers. That would be fun. That would be a real haterade move.
Yeah.
That would be the meme, verbal meme. Me at my haters' funerals.
Yeah.
That would be me. So yeah, playoff baseball's back. Nothing better. I'm very excited. Max, do you feel confident? You said you were going to get swept by the Braves.
No,
Doesn't sound
I
like
didn't
very
say that.
fighting of you.
I never said that.
Well, you did.
No, I feel confident. The lineup is among the best in baseball. The rotation, you want to say, I mean, Wheeler's a good player. Nola, he scares me. Ranger Suarez is like the rotation is a question mark. The relievers are a question mark, but you can hit.
And people got to come to the bank.
And people got to come to the bank.
People come to the bank. You don't want to come to the bank.
Spencer Strider definitely doesn't want to come to the bank.
You do not want to be in the bank.
That guy had a quote that went viral last week that says that his one hot take about baseball is that no fan should be in the stadium. That he said
What?
he liked.
That guy's not ready.
He said he liked
What a
baseball
loser.
better
not ready for the bank.
in the COVID years than he did with fans in the stadium.
What a loser.
we got to get you to go to a game with Marlins man.
Oh.
I'm sure he'll be there this week.
Max
right?
first Marlins man.
Yeah, I mean,
Max, all you got to do is win one in Atlanta.
Well, they got to beat Marlins 2 out of 3.
Nah, come on. All you got to do is win.
They've never lost a playoff series in a full season.
All you
in
gotta do-
franchise history.
Okay, so we're just not counting the COVID year now?
And in a full season.
Okay.
Yeah.
When's the last time they were in the playoffs?
That means they've
Was
been to the
2003?
playoffs like 3 times.
Dontrell
Yeah.
Willis,
Yeah.
2 times.
Juan Pierre,
Max.
That was a fun team.
I was on the
Win
field
one
after they won
in
the World
Atlanta.
Series.
Then they got to come to the bank.
Then they got to come to the bank.
Then
Yeah,
they got to
no.
come to the bank.
But when they won the World Series, were you happy?
No. So,
So there you
I
go.
kept,
Yeah.
So he's a Yankees fan.
I
That's
kept
fine.
my Yankee stuff on.
Yeah. So he's a Yankees fan.
Yankees fan.
I was given I was given a Marlins World Series shirt.
People got
wouldn't
mad at
put
that
it
tweet. That was a
You
classic.
kept that and wore it though.
That was a classic.
Did you take it home and wear it eventually?
No, I scooped up dirt.
That was a classic
water
Jake
bottle.
Marsh, Big J tweet. He was just like, shout out the Marlins.
Yeah.
That's all he was
Hometown
doing.
team.
He was just doing a shout out to Marlins.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake, your who's back of the week?
My who's back is Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
He's the head coach of UAB,
Mm-hmm.
and he went crazy on his staff on the sidelines. I don't know if you guys saw this.
I did actually see the game. A certain friend of mine had a mortal lock on the game, halftime and full game.
You saw the clip?
Neither covered. Not even close. Yeah, I saw the clip. I was watching the game because I ride with my friends, so to speak. And it was bad.
The problem with Trent Dilfer doing this is that he wasn't good enough as a player for people to watch and be like, well, you got to listen to what Trent Dilfer says. He knows what he's doing.
He had a clip go viral a few years ago in high school. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a hothead.
I didn't realize he was like that.
Yeah, he like grabbed his player and
he's
shoved
nuts.
him.
He's
Because
nuts.
like on ESPN, he was the most like calm guy. You can't lose football games
No,
in
he
the
was.
NFL and
He
still
got
win.
fiery. He's building a culture there. He's trying to change the culture.
Yeah. You cannot lose in the NFL and still win.
It's a great quote.
It's a fact.
I guess, yeah. Mathematically, it's true.
Well, the Colts today,
Yeah, they won when they lost.
right, Big Cat?
Yeah, they did.
So
Memes just sent us another big titty girl. No, he didn't actually. But wait, Memes, the girl you sent me, I'm already following.
I think I know. I think I know
Full news, bro.
why Trent Dilfer has so much rage all the time, because he's always brought up as like a shitty quarterback that won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
That's probably 90% of the time his name is mentioned when you're talking about football. It's like, well, you don't need a good quarterback to win. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, so he wears that all the time. That's always like lurking in the back of his head that he's like the butt of this joke, and so he just snaps on people.
yeah, and it's any quarterback, any NFL quarterback who gets to that level. Think about how good they were their entire life.
Yeah.
And then when everyone says you suck, it's like, wait, no, dude, I'm fucking. I was the best high school player in my state. I was a fucking awesome stud in college. Like, I don't suck. You suck.
Yeah. Now he's taking it out on children and his employees.
Yeah, he just walks around with "I don't suck, you suck" energy
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep. I actually don't suck at all. I'm
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah, actually, you suck.
Yeah.
Sir.
Did he
Okay.
cry or did I make that up?
No, that was Mark Brunell.
Oh yeah, Brunel
Mark Brunell cried
about
over
footballs.
deflated footballs.
I'm sure Trent Dilfer's cried on the air.
He
before.
said the Pats dynasty was over when they lost opening night to the Chiefs, and they won 3 Super Bowls after.
oh yeah.
and then
Yeah.
the Dilfer contract
That
negotiation.
was like a Monday
Yeah.
night week 2 game or
I think it was
something,
the
right?
opening night.
He asked ESPN for a private jet because he's like, Herb Street gets a private jet. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, he has to fly private if he does game day and then has to go call a game in a different city.
All right. I love Herb Street. He's a friend of our show. The tweet where he flexes about his travel schedule. I don't need it.
Oh, my favorite was
We're at the point now at the end of a Sunday episode where it's like just letting it fly. I'll say this to his face when he comes back on because I do love the guy and he's the best like college broadcaster out there. But when he's like, look at my schedule and he's like, and then I go back to my
should
son's
do
high
it.
school game. Well, I mean, mine is like
You
midway to Lincoln back in 8 hours. And it's also like once every like 3 weeks, but he does it every week. And he's like, yeah, I'm flying in style. It's sick.
I would say that my last month and a half would rival Herb Street's.
No, dude.
Yeah, but his
Yeah.
is
His are-
condensed.
no.
His is every
You don't.
day.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think you've seen the tweet.
If you break it down,
No, I don't
if
think
you break
you've
it
seen
down
the tweet.
flight by flight,
PFT. He
I
does.
think I got him beat this month.
PFT. He does Thursday Night Football. He then goes to game day on Friday.
Yep.
Then he goes to his son's high school game back in Tennessee on Friday night. Then goes back to game day. Then oftentimes goes to another game where he calls the game.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty insane.
Well, it helps having a PJ. at
It's
most.
yeah.
he's got the PJ.
It's insane.
Yeah.
If
There
you,
was- I'll
if you
pull up
count
the crazy
every
one. All right,
every
I'm gonna
drive
pull
to
it.
the airport as a private jet flight,
Right.
and then you got to fly back twice a day to feed Blake, and then fly back out, I think I got him. I think I got Herbie. He had a great tweet on, I think it was Friday. He was like, I woke up this morning and in the shower, all I could think about was the Detroit Lions.
I love that.
I love it.
Yeah, that's special. Where was Thursday night football? Oh, yeah, the San
Bay.
Francisco. No, San Francisco was the crazy week. It was like 2 weeks ago. He went to San Francisco to wherever. Listen, hardest working guy in showbiz.
Oh, it's a graphic.
Yeah, it's a graphic
video.
that he
I thought it was
tweets.
just a tweet.
No, he tweets the video. All right, here
This
it
is
is.
pretty cool.
He goes from Tennessee to San Francisco, Thursday night football, 2,000 miles. He then goes all the way back to his son's game Friday night back in Tennessee, 2,000 miles. So that's 4,000 miles. Then he went and did game day at Notre Dame. And then he went and called the game all the way down in LSU. And then went back home.
Well, this could be.
That's literally the whole country.
This
he
could
did the
be a
whole country.
partnership with this
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but
but I still don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that using
Makes it a
FlightAware?
little
Fuck.
better.
So
I know,
Yeah.
Jake. I know it's a partnership. It's the ad.
Yeah.
I still don't like it. What do you want me to say? He does the whole country. But I still love the guy. I'll say it to him. I'll say it to him when we have him on again. All right. Anything else? I think maybe we should just do like a memes. Can you make a burner account and we'll follow the hottest chicks with the biggest titties and then we'll all share it for like it's whenever we get depressed.
For a loss.
Yeah, right.
After a loss.
It's our breaking case of emergency.
After a loss,
burner
you
account.
get 5 minutes with,
Yeah.
with the account. Yeah. 5 minutes
Actually, we
of
should
scrolling.
just start a like losses count that
Yeah.
other people can follow.
They've been out in the replies recently. I don't know if you guys have seen.
Oh, that one.
what the thickest 18-year-old on?
No, I don't know.
On Twitter?
That one
I thought
girl.
she was just replying to me.
That one girl that's everywhere.
the
I think
fuck?
she's got to be a bot.
In a lot of my tweets, I've seen some things.
Her
I
name's
thought
always
I was just hot shit.
her name's always Roxy, and she's always like, "You want to look at this?" And it's blurred out. And then
Yeah,
I have to click it.
Oh, you have to.
Still her.
Yeah,
Still her.
you have
Still hasn't showed the vagine.
thickest 18-year-old on Twitter
Yeah.
or on OnlyFans.
What's the opposite? What's a horny version of doom scrolling that you would do if you lose a game, you get 5 minutes of poon scrolling?
Yeah. What do you mean? The opposite of that?
Like the horny version of doom scrolling, when you're scrolling just to see stuff, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
Poon scrolling.
Yeah, it's poon
Poon
scrolling.
scrolling.
Okay, poon
Yeah.
scrolling.
Okay. Numbers.
3.
1.
69.
20.
Where is our lottery ball machine?
On a truck.
Where's the new one? This is the second to last Sunday here because we'll be in New York next Sunday, back here the Sunday after, and then we'll be in the new office.
Can I say it?
What?
Penultimate.
No, okay. Yeah, you could say it. Say it.
Penultimate.
Yeah.
It's great.
Also, subscribe.
82
Subscribe to the YouTube. The golf video is not coming out till we get
82.
500K.
against
video.
Brooks.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Great little
Please
scramble.
Subscribe.
Love you guys.